Hello, everybody, and hope you can hear us now. I'm just adding in the link. Apologize for this. Like I say, YouTube is not doing us any favors when this keeps happening, and we know we're not the only ones.
As I was putting in the chat, I have a nitty-gritty suspicion they're going to start charging for live streams, and this is what we're going to get if we don't pay.
Can you guys hear us? I hope you guys can hear us, and then we're really in trouble.
They could hear us at first in the other one.
Yeah, I know that switched over, but now you can hear us. Oh, excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. Doing those things on the fly are not fun. That's the part I hate doing the most. So, Kane Truckee 64. First of all, I don't want to see you gray, so you get a monitor as well. There you go. And thank you guys for your patience. Yes.
Thank you so much for patience. And hello, Monday again. We are back with the new link and still the same show as we promised.
Can you put out the link and we'll tweet it right away because of the change one?
Yeah.
Tweet this out. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, please, if you can share this out. Again, usually when we have our usual ones, we don't really push on that.
Yeah.
But, since all our promotional material contains the old link,
yes.
Everybody's going to be ending in a dead end. So I am doing it right now, too. If you could just please put it out there, we would appreciate it very much. That's what I'm doing right now.
I'm going to go and disable that old one. So, guys, thank you for bearing with us. We just got 2 more seconds here of switchover, and then we'll be good. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for your patience. Believe me, it's not what we like to do. In the meantime, if you can click like on the stream, that helps a lot. Because this one, like I say, we'll have to bump the last. So, as Xenia just explained, I should say. All that really, really does help. Let's see. I'm just going to go and close these up so we have no confusion. Geez, there was already 17 likes, another one.
Yeah, if you already put the like in the previous one, go and put the new like on this one. We don't want to miss your likes. If you can. But the main thing is just tweet it out so people see the new link. That's what I'm doing right now. It does SUCK when it happens. Yeah, that's okay.
Let's hope that
You're too lazy. That's okay.
Who wrote that?
Guess who?
Bottlecast. I love it. Oh, Bottlecast. What would we do without you, my friend? There. So, sorry, guys, for all the rickamoran. Let's start handing out some blue wrenches here because everybody that's new, we're all on the same page. Everybody's welcome from every group that they belong to. And this just keeps it fun. So we are the Blue Wrench group, moderator, and I'm going to start calling out some names here. Thank you for your patience once again as we had to switch over to the new stream. Abaracus Paranormal, great to have you in here, my friend. Bottle Caps, you're always a joy. You make us laugh, you make us smile. Kane Truckee 64, excuse me. So great to have you here. Glad you could make it tonight. Dear Outdoors, how you doing, my friend? Always great to have you in the chat. And then we have Jack Adventurer, which is a great channel. Just watched a couple more videos a while ago. Same with Life. Life Befell the Pals. That's such a cool name, by the way. Love your channel name. Mr. Mad 2424, how you doing? Always love seeing you. Another great content. My buddy Nathan Likes Drums. This guy's like the biggest supporter going on YouTube. See him everywhere. I love it. Same as Panic D. Always get his name out there. And love the modifications you're making your channel, my friend. They're looking amazing. 7 Blessings. How are you doing tonight? Was just thinking about you a while ago. Hope all is well. Simple Things Done Right. Now, that's a great channel name. I don't care what anybody says. Love it. And Sophia's Passion for Cooking. Good to have you back. Hope all is well. Stephanie Cardinal, welcome. So great to have you here. I hope you enjoy your time with us. Our guest will be on in a few minutes. T-Throg, of course. Amazing person. Lots of fun. Lots of laughs. Good to have you here. And our original blue wrench, Terrell Amerson. Thank you. Always great to have you in here. You're more steady. I wish we were as steady as you were in this channel. You make us look bad. Just kidding. Love you.
You're more on time than we are.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
For sure.
JD Knight 7 is here. How you doing, my friend? If I missed anybody, please say hi and I will recap. I'm not as good at doing this as Xenia is, so but we gotta all kind of pitch in tonight to get things on their way.
Yeah, there you go. I tweeted out the new link as well and tagged the YouTube team in hopes that they would pay attention to their unfortunate matters with live streams. Thank you so much for coming to us today and choosing us as your Monday entertainment.
Yes.
Appreciate that a lot. We are going to have an amazing guest today. If you guys remember, we had a guest, Paper Free Chris, not so long ago, Canadian.
Put the link on.
Bunch of link of what, honey?
For Twitter.
His girlfriend is going to be on. Seraphina. It's going to be interesting. This is our Twitter link, by the way, my usual spiel that I got caught up. If you are too lazy to press and smash that share button, go over to our Twitter account and share our latest tweet with the newest link and let everybody know that we have jumped the event links. The more the merrier. But if you're too lazy to do that, that's okay too.
And just while we got everybody in tonight, tomorrow night is going to be another big night like it was last week. Some of you have heard already. We're going to do our shout out again. Yeah. And that's going to be fun. We do it by lottery system, basically. First one, we call it 2 letters because letters are easier to do than numbers, which we learned for phone users.
Yes, that's right.
And the first one to call them out, we bring them up and show off their channel for a couple of minutes. And we do that, just keep going around. And we actually realize it works well because then nobody leaves because nobody wants to miss. If it's a list and they're like 10 on the list or 15, they go away and come back. So you get more support for your channels. And last week was crazy.
Oh, and yeah, people were having so much fun. Yeah. My God, we got some really great text afterwards, like DMs and stuff. And people were asking when is the next one. And since we're going on vacation the week after next. Then we decided to repeat it this week as well. It's really a lot of fun, and channels get the screen time, and apparently also get the good support as well.
It seems to be, and even buddy that don't even get their channels featured, we're still checking out each other in the meantime and stuff like that.
Of course, and it's no matter in no way or form it is sub for sub. We just like shout out great channels, and sometimes we also give tips and tricks on optimizing YouTube if the channel owner is up to it. That's what we do. That's what we usually did on our Tuesday Tech Talk. If you want to check our last week's Tuesday Tech Talk / shout out, you can do it after this live stream on this link that I just posted.
And that's a great one, guys. If you can share with, we don't usually ask for this. This is because we don't do this very often. This is something.
Yeah, it's not going to be a weekly thing all the time. It's just because we're going on vacation.
And if you can share it out, it's great to have as many people as possible. Because if you all bring some people from each of your groups, each of your friends, everybody gets to meet new people. You're not going to like every channel that you see. That's normal, but you might find some that you really love. So we hit 50. I'm really hoping we could hit 80 this time in the channel.
Yeah,
I'm setting it high just for the why not. We're going on certification, so let's go.
It's really fun when they're refreshing their screens and pushing the buttons of 2 letters, and then whoever comes up first, and it's just fun. I think it's more than anything.
Yeah, it's more interactive and it keeps people around. Like we almost never went under 40. I think the least we went was like 36 or something like that.
Yeah, and it was just fun, and somebody was saying that it's almost like a school, but it's more fun.
Yes,
because
exactly.
We do talk about the channels and how we do again optimization and all that stuff as well. So it's not just shout outs. There's lots of information in that as well.
For sure.
It's in a fun way.
Welcome 4x4 camping. Good to have you here. You've already gotten the blue wrench. Good to see you. I hope you enjoy your time here. Baldcast, wait till you see my Wednesday thumbnail. I can't wait, my friend. Oh, you got to see his eagle video, by the way. You weren't feeling well the other day. I've completely. There you go.
So he went with the eagle instead of sunset.
Yeah.
So you listened to Andrew. I see.
It's a really good video, though.
I will go and see it, definitely. Wanted to thank Cozier Audi that did a shout out to us and many other amazing channels on his video. We watched it.
That was really cool.
That was really cool. It talks about our lives and him being on our live stream as well as a guest. It was really nice. We loved it and really appreciate it.
You guys are the greatest bunch of people. It's such an honor to be associated with you guys. Stuff like that you don't have to do, and it means the world to us. So thank you so much.
Maybe
can I show this? I don't know if we could or not.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. I hope they don't bite our head off.
Because we're on with them tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Have they shown theirs yet?
No.
Then we're not going to show it. No. Okay. No, because that wouldn't be fair. I thought they had put it out today as like a preview.
Well, I will have to go and look, but I don't think so.
No.
Tomorrow night, we are going to have not only our Tuesday Tech Talk / shout out at 8 p.m. Eastern, but we also are going to be guests on Japanese Lifestyle UK channel at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Go over to Japanese Lifestyle UK, and we are going to be interviewed this time. So it's going to be roles reversed. We're very excited to see what is gonna come out of it. I can tell you that the thumbnail is gonna be something really amazing. I can't wait to have it out. I can't really share that with you before it's out there. So you guys will have to wait. But that's tomorrow, so not too much of a long wait as well. Paper Free Chris, thank you for coming in, supporting your girl. If you can let your girl know that we just switched the links because we had some technical problems, so we had to switch it over, and we will send her a link in 10 minutes or so. The reason I did Eagles was so Susie would put up the cherry video, and she did. Yes, she did. We noticed that as well. And try to keep the G-rated comments, which was very hard. Yes, for those of you who haven't seen Susie's new video of cherry pie testing, you definitely got to go over and check that. Lash, hello. Good to life. Hi. Anna Nosbest, hello. Good to see you. Mr. Mad 24. And hello, Seraphina. Hello. This is our guest for tonight. Yes, as I was explaining to Chris, we had to jump our links because of technical difficulties. So we're running a few minutes late tonight because it took some time to set up the new event. But we're still here. I'm going to send you a link to join us in a couple of minutes. Don't worry. Well, bottle caps. Doug was the one that tweeted to me to tell it to you that there is this video. So I don't think he minds. Otherwise, he wouldn't be tweeting it. I found it all very funny. Lincoln Riddle. Hello. You're back. Thank you. Yes, as we guys were talking about that, if you please can share this link out, that would be awesome because we changed our links tonight to let everybody see that it's a new link. D.E. Nichols, glad to see you. How is the school? Did it finish already? And you are off just with work. You've been so busy.
Sorry, our daughter needed us for a second, and then she wanted to give me a kiss, and she has this tablet holder, and she pulled me down and got it right between, like, in the forehead, like that.
Oh, no.
She was taking care of me for a minute. So
did you need an ice pack?
No, I'm good. It's just a typical night. Lincoln Riddle, you made it back. Good to have you. And we were just saying, he was just leaving a message that he was going to try to make it tonight, so he's always missing.
Dorito and what? How do you pronounce it?
Lucha Carbo.
Yeah. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you back again. You always drumming up people. Yeah. We really appreciate that.
Tomorrow night, if anybody new in here, is going to be a big night. I can't stress it enough. Yes. So everybody invite your friends, invite your family, invite grandma along. It's going to be a big night for getting your channel shown like last week. So
6 in the mix. Hello.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. So many good channels. So, Yankee Stream today is phenomenal. Isn't that guy amazing? Like, there's certain streams on here that I just can't get enough of. Cab 7's another one. Yankee.
Branson Farm. Hello. Great to see you.
Great channel, by the way. Great farm channel. I was watching today. We just were talking. I forget which stream. I was in a couple today. I really hit a lot of them. It was pretty cool. I was in Gilbert's. I was in the Canadian Drone Network for a while. And Bottle Caps, have you ever been in the Canadian Drone Network? Their live streams are usually every morning around maybe 8 or 9. I kind of forget Eastern time. I know you're up early, but I think you'd really like them. Not sure if you have or not. Sorry, just a side note. Or anybody else that's in the drone.
Yeah, I think that would be really good for you. Not that you shoot everything with the drone, just so you don't think I'm not watching your videos, because I am, but just because you do have a drone as well. And Dean Nicole's off school for months, needed a leave of absence, missed a week of work, so we need to take advantage and go live together. Yes.
Bottle Cap's got 1,000? Look at... okay, he's talking back. Oh, you got it in Rogers at the time. Okay, I was going to say, yeah, you're 1211.
Yeah, Mr. Matt is saying Canadian Drone Network.
Yes, I know he's a frequenter there, so he's cool. It's so laid back. It's a perfect morning show. I love him and Kim are just amazing. I just got home for it, right?
Go eat.
Yes.
I don't want to keep you hungry.
Thank you for dropping by to say hi. Anytime you guys can spend with us is time appreciated, because we know your time is valuable. So thank you very much. So good to hang out with you guys tonight. Monday, new week, new start. Last night did Winging It for the first time ever at night, and it's been a while even since I did one of those.
Yes,
that was really cool. So
I was falling asleep, so I wasn't there. But I heard that it went quite well.
I was really happy with that. It was surprising. You guys always know how to make the evening. God, even when I left, I think I still had about 18, 19, which was really cool.
Yeah, it's more uncensored version.
Yeah, I get a little more opinionated. I don't have Xenia tapping my knee when I go too far.
So I don't know how far did you go yesterday, but I guess it was good.
Well, a little bit here and there, nothing too serious.
Nero Trigger.
Hey, how are you?
Hello. By the way, I'm putting the link to a Japanese UK, a Japanese Lifestyle UK, and why, because we are going to be live tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern on their channel, being interviewed by them.
Gonna be cool.
Lifestyle UK. So you're gonna go over and ring the bell to get notified about the live stream when it comes on.
Yeah, Bottle Caps. Kim ended up cutting his own hair. Seen a video today of him he had done with the drone, the tutu video where Kim's got a tutu on out in the front yard. Interesting stuff.
He wasn't bad. Lots of smiles.
Yeah. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Darren. You're always welcomed here as well. Anytime. We're going to have a big night tomorrow night. We're having a big support drive. We don't usually do it, but we had such good luck last week. We're going to do it again. But tonight we have an absolutely incredible guest, and who's been very patient since we've been kind of knocked off course a little.
Yeah, she was in the chat for a moment too.
Oh, was she?
I was explaining what happened with our timing. And yes, amazing girl, Seraphina. She is Italian-Canadian. She's an artist, very creative, multi-talented girl. She's an artist, a painter, an actress, a musician. She writes music as well. And she's a model as well. So there's lots of talents to this beautiful girl and smart woman.
That picture today is gorgeous. Like I was like, we do a lot of thumbnails, and that one I was like, wow, this one like really just takes over the cake.
And we're excited to talk with her about how it is to be a creative woman out there in the 21st century.
Yep.
So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Nero said he lost 29 supporters. Bad day today, but I'm good. Yeah, that always sucks. That's nothing more discouraging, really. But
yeah, and don't forget, guys, that YouTube does the cleanup every so often.
Yeah, they audit you.
Gets rid of spam views. Spam
Supposedly it's not to
subs,
punish you, it's to punish the ones who are doing the spamming, but unfortunately we eat
we all know how that
yeah. So they try
But
to
sorry
make it
to
all
hear
sound
that.
sweet and fuzzy, but
listening to while getting ready to travel tomorrow. Where are you traveling to, Strog? And yes, that reminded me to say hello to all those who are not in the chat but are still listening to us on their headphones or while they're busy doing some other things. We appreciate that. And if you can, say hi. If you can, that's okay too. We appreciate you being a part of this, even if you're just listening to us. Enjoy it. Oh, yeah, you have a program. Do you rely on that? Is it trusted? What I'm saying, because I know some programs for Instagram and Twitter are not really completely legit on that, but just saying.
What is the name of it, by the way, that you're using? Curious.
Yeah, put a link in or the name of it, just if other people would like to use it.
I just sent off our link, so
the more the knowledge, the better we have. And yeah, well, we're waiting for our guests to join us. Please, once again, don't forget to smash that like button and share button if you can. We would appreciate that, especially since we have a new link today.
They're just waiting on our guest.
Oh, you made it by yourself. Oh.
Wow.
That's awesome. Well, is it like a publicly available, or is it only on your computer? I'm sure some people would like to use it.
No.
Yes, that's right, bottle caps. She's a very talented and beautiful woman.
Yep. We just sent her the link on Twitter, and she'll join us. She had sent us a message. I didn't see that 6 minutes ago because we were rushing so much to get everything going here.
Yeah, no, but she jumped in the chat right away after, so it's all good. She knows. And Chris was in as well, too.
Yes, I had heard you mentioning him. So that's...
Living Life Illinois, hello.
Welcome.
And Nero, let us know when you have it out there available. Put the word out there.
Definitely
I'm sure
interested
people would
in
be
that.
interested to have it.
Always looking for new stuff like that.
Simple Things Done Right says impressive.
She looks like my next... Oh, God, photo cast.
Well, I too sad to tell you that she has a boyfriend.
You remember our past guest? You must remember Chris.
Paper-Free Chris, Canadian. We talked a lot about social media and how nowadays influences everyday life.
Yeah, he was a great
chat. And privacy. That was actually more the chat about that than about his life.
Very true.
We went into some deep fields there. So that's his girlfriend, but let us not define her by that. It's just the association. She is a very talented and beautiful woman, an artist. So we are really excited to have her on tonight. Saint Louis. Ooh. Saint Louis de Papa.
Oh no, Simple Things Done Right. Oh, Seraphina, where art thou, Seraphina?
Yeah, we're waiting for her.
And how about you guys? Any big things coming up tonight for you? Oh, we're getting a message here. I hope everything is okay.
Within hiking distance, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I tried a little bit more of a slow down day today, which doesn't work too well with me usually, as I still run and do things. But the first part of the day, I tried to be a little bit slow down.
I'm good. Just worry about what you're doing.
What country are you based in? Well, so our little spiel for those of you who are new and our Seraphina fans haven't been to our live shows before. We are a husband and wife team, and we're based out of Montreal in Canada. And during the day, we do our photography, videography business for families, events, occasions, and business like B-roll and promotions. And in the evening, we're having fun on our YouTube channel, posting some cinematic videos, and also having our live stream shows every day from Monday to Saturday. That is 6 times a week at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can see us here. And 5 of those days, we have amazing guests. from different channels, different categories. And on Tuesdays, we have Tuesday Tech Talk. Sometimes Tuesday Tech Talk highlight shout out that we're going to have tomorrow, by the way, too. Yeah, and we have amazing guests and amazing you in the chat. As we always say, everybody is equal here, and you guys in the chat are as equal contributors to the show, the same as the guest is. We're just a mediator here. And therefore, that's why everybody has their wrenches around in blue in our chat, because we are all for equality. Everybody can police themselves, right? So that's who we are. Branscam is from Arkansas. Am I pronouncing it right?
Arkansas.
So your guest tonight is a repeat guest. No, she's not.
Nope.
She haven't been on now.
Hi.
Oh.
Hello.
Surprise.
Hi. Sorry, I wasn't sure if this would work.
You got it. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Sorry for the delay tonight. That happens every once in a while with YouTube, unfortunately. So
no problem at all. I was a little late too because I had a bunch of school Gmail accounts and I just needed to log out of those.
Well, you're here. You made it. That's the main thing. It's great to have you.
Thanks for having me. I'm like really excited. I was waiting for this for about a week when we discussed last when I would be on the show, and I was just kind of waiting for it.
I'm going to start off by telling you, we were just saying I've done a lot of thumbnails and we have a lot of amazing guests, but that picture, who took that of you that we used today for the thumbnail? That's unbelievable.
I really, it's my friend who, I believe his name was Juan. He's a student at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario, and for a project that he did. So I took that one first. All the clothes from Topshop, they allowed me to take some clothes for the shoot. And then afterwards, we did a glow-in-the-dark kind of body art photo shoot. So that was really fun to do afterwards. But I had to go on public transit with glow-in-the-dark paint. I look kind of crazy with the pink hair, too. So
I bet you got some looks there.
I got approached by a lot of homeless people, gotta say. They just felt so comfortable coming up and talking to me, and this guy started talking to me in a Wendy's just about God and how I'm going to be blessed, and I go, yeah, man, sure.
Why not? There was a sign to them. It was
yeah, it's like a welcome sign on my forehead, basically. How are you guys? What have you been up to?
That picture was phenomenal. Like, I just kept looking. I'm like, this is unbelievable.
I'll pass on the compliments for sure. He would be ecstatic to hear about them.
Oh, well, so it's a win-win for both. So, I mean, the beautiful mall and the photo, just the clarity into it. Like, it was.
Yeah,
like
it's usually very hard to get a good quality.
Yes, so I was excited today.
And it was not just good quality; it looked really awesome. So we really appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate the thumbnail that you put on Instagram. It went with the colors of the shirt, so I thought that was wonderfully done.
Oh, thank you. I thought since you are a very creative person and are a lot into arts and painting, and your last painting that you posted on YouTube was kind of in the same type of abstract art, so I thought that would fit the theme.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That one is right now. My mother claims all my art. She wants me to become a famous artist, but she claims everything, so it's kind of a struggle right there.
Yeah.
At least you definitely know you always got a huge fan behind you. So
she wouldn't even sell it to my nonna. My nonna wanted a piece from high school talking about social issues of child homelessness. And my nonna was like offering me money. I go, yes, I need it for university. And my mom goes, no, that's going in the den. That's mine.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
She should start paying. She should start paying.
It's basically me paying for my rent right now.
Oh my goodness.
That's so good. Well, like I say, you definitely know you got great supporters, so that's always a plus on that side.
I really appreciate it, you guys.
So I guess we'll start. I usually ask this like sometime in the first 20 minutes or so. We'll start right away. We've already met Chris, who was absolutely amazing. I mean, we had such a great night with him. But now we get to meet the other half. What's that?
Sorry, I have a little surprise because my internet kind of sucks.
Oh.
I'm about to see myself on the stream. I'm just waiting for it. There I am.
There he is. I just had to hijack his house for a bit.
That is as Chris gets. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so. It couldn't have been any more.
Pretty much.
Well, hi, Chris. I knew you were in the chat, but good to see you in person as well.
That's good. It's good to see you too. I'm gonna let Seraphina have the first, however long she needs, and then I'll come in whenever.
When I wave a white flag, he comes in as a cavalry. So, I mean, when I run out of jokes, which will come a time for that, we'll just bring him in. If we need, we'll bring his mom in, his brothers, his dad. Let's just get everyone in.
I love it. A family event. I think that's great.
Family.
Yeah, everybody will love that.
Yes.
Sure.
How did you got to be quiet for so long, Chris?
Part of the joke. You got to keep the joke up. You know.
We were contemplating this. We're like, should he just come in the background? They're like, are you at Chris's? It's like, no. Is that Chris? No.
Oh my, you guys are funny.
He keeps life interesting, I bet.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I get endless entertainment from this one.
Well, the joke's blown wide open, so it's okay. I'm here. I exist. Aha.
Well, we never landed on something for his big grand reveal, so whatever. It's like,
I think this was funny too.
we'll just catch him like in the middle of the show when he's not paying attention, just him like hitting his nose or something.
Sitting there with a finger in his ear there.
Yes. Let's do that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Please cut to her on that side. You know
That's the one for Instagram for sure. I mean,
yes, they got it. They got it.
oh, I am my own worst enemy, aren't I?
Well, okay, back to you now.
Okay.
Back to you.
You're the star of the show
Yeah,
tonight.
Chris had his show already, so we're
Yeah,
gonna.
you did. Okay, bye. Ciao.
No, I'm just joking, but no, we're going to focus on you today. For those who don't know your channel and haven't watched it, maybe before talking about your background, we can describe in a few sentences what it is about.
Oh, me talk or you talk?
You talk.
Yeah, you talk about your channel in a few sentences what it is about for somebody who haven't seen it.
Well, honestly, it's just anything that kind of comes to mind. Something that would be entertaining for you guys, and for me to stay true to who I am, and bubbly personality and craziness all in one video is too much, but like I tried to spread it out so you guys kind of get a sense of what my parents have to deal with. And so I did, I started out doing kind of comedy skits, which is something I'm used to with Chris's channel. And honestly, he was the one who kind of, he started, and I go, oh, I had one when I was like in grade 6. Why don't I start again? When I did YouTube in grade 6, I had one side of my head shaved. I had long hair on the other side, like a bob. I was very angsty, and I was doing, remember when lip syncing was like a thing and you would like, edit it in? So I did a lot of those. And unfortunately, I got really bullied in high school for it, so I deleted all of them, and then I've always wanted to get back on there.
Oh.
But yeah, no, my channel is just anything that comes to mind. I try to keep it light. I did talk about a recent loss in my family that's really hitting hard. And I talked about dick pics and what to do with them. I've actually gotten a lot of feedback on like, next time I receive them, send it to my gay friends, send a hairy nipple, send a dick pic back. So,
and it is a problem. I mean, I watched her video, and it is a problem. You know, the guys are somehow thinking that sending
it's an epidemic.
Feeling. I don't know why. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Like, again, I talked about it at the end of the video. Like, mom, it's like a proposal. He sent it to me. Happy days. But it's that kind of, I wanted to do something. I wasn't sure what to do about it. And then I wanted awareness over it. So what's the best way is to make it kind of comical. I was sick, so I think I didn't do as a good job as I could have. But
oh no, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was so to the point of how it's actually going on, you know, and it should be profiled as a you know, like a sexual crime or something like that, offense. Like,
it's harassment.
Yeah, if somebody would come to you on the street and do that, well, you could call the police, you know. But if they send you that through internet without asking,
no, it's insane.
It's you know, it's the same thing. How it should be different? I think it's offense for sure.
Now I have to get you something. Now I have to get Xenia something new for her anniversary.
That was great.
I didn't know you felt this way till now. I gotta go shopping, guys. I'll be back.
The keyword is unsolicited and unwanted. Those are the words. Any other way, it's like, by all means.
Please send me more.
No, but even the most guys, like, I couldn't pass that one. I'm sorry. That's just me.
The start of the talk show, guys.
You guys got a lot more in common, as Chris and I are more in common than you might realize. So yeah, we keep things interesting.
Did I frame it? Yeah. Still attached. So
I shot the whole thing at IKEA in front of a frame. So. Sizing's everything. Anyways.
Moving on, possibly, maybe. But yeah, that's basically my channel. I have a big project coming up soon that is including my musical abilities. So I'm excited for that. And so it's based on a very popular HBO show. That's the only clue I'm going to give because I'm very excited to work on it.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yes.
Well, it's not like on, it's based off of the show. It's based off. So like I'm making my own little video of it.
But it's still cool.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
no, for sure. I think she thought for a second that you thought she got signed
up. No, sorry.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
Thank you. Sorry, I did misunderstand that.
No, I did too.
It's just me. Don't worry. It's me.
But yeah, Chris is gonna help me out, and I hope it goes well.
No, I'm looking forward. Yeah, and don't worry, it's me. I'm first of all, English is not my first language. I'm just gonna try to.
What is your first language?
And second of all, I just do a lot of silly talk. Gets mistranslated. No worries, it's me.
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah,
she asked what your first language was. So.
Oh, my first language is Latvian and Russian, kind of.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm not natively a Canadian. I came from Latvia, which is like northeast Europe. Yeah. I don't know where it's so funny.
You're doing great.
Okay.
So okay. Now we gotta get this on track.
And I got back you on
yeah. So we're gonna start at the beginning, and this is a question I use with everybody. It's where you feel comfortable. You mentioned about bullying but it can be elementary school, it can be toddler, it can be high school, wherever you feel like starting. And just kind of a little bit about yourself, like growing up, whatever you feel like sharing, just to get people to know you a little better. It's an open-end question, but not to put pressure on you, so you don't have to put in anything you don't feel like talking about.
Actually, I believe you're the person who's going to have to tell me to stop because the Italian nature is just keep on going until you reach a wall.
I love it. I'm turning off the mic. I'm not even saying anything. The floor is yours.
The floor is yours, yes.
Oh, you're going to be sorry. You're going to want that mic back.
Yeah.
The person to come over to Chris's house and be like, okay, you got to stop. You got right here. No, this part should have never been told to anybody. Okay. Where to start? Wow, I'm actually a little.
Just about growing up, like where did you grow up?
Again. Okay. Well, I've started being a creative baby in my mother's womb. That's the very start. Okay. And I turned into the creature I am today through a lot of events. Could I say this any more awkward? So I'll just talk about my creativeness side. Math, languages, everything else, no. That is very bad. I could never do that in school. I started playing the violin when I was 18 months old, and then I learned the harp. I have 2 harps at home. Oh. I learned piano, and then in elementary school and middle school, I learned saxophone and clarinet. And then when I was 9, I won a national composing competition, and then that just kept on going. So for one of Chris's movies, I helped compose the music for it. So that's something that I would have loved to do in life. But my grandfather, who was an orthopedic surgeon, introduced me to art, sculpting mainly, but I am no good at that. And So painting's mainly my go-to, and my mother is like, do whatever makes you happy. I love to sing. I love to act. I love to dance. I'm not good at dancing, actually. That is something that just, nope. I wish I had videos of me dancing because I feel like they would be very entertaining. Not for me, but for the general public.
Have
Good for
you
you
in
too.
your trailer video. We can have a glimpse of dancing.
Oh yeah, yes, I did do that. Well, that's as good as it's ever gonna get, for sure. I have rhythm, but I can't dance. That's I didn't like my ballet teacher, so in exams I would stomp really hard during releves and changements and whatever. I don't know what I'm saying because I forgot about all that. But anyway, I would stomp really hard, so they thought that she was a really bad teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, I was kind of a little bit of a disturber. Ciottarella is what you call me in Italian. It means like idiot in an endearing way. It's like,
yeah.
I actually met Chris in a high school play. So yeah, so we've known each other since then.
Did you have classes together and stuff like that, or was it just through the play?
Actually, we went to separate schools, and just for that play, they kind of went together. And so that's how I met him. And I always loved acting. When I was a little kid, I was like, I'm going to be an actress. Those weren't the words. My mom says I said I was going to be a diva specifically.
Really?
So
I could see it in you.
Thank you. I hope so. But a more down to earth diva. I won't be snapping my fingers at anyone. I save that for my father when he's being weird. It's like, Dad, chocolate, please. Something that a lot of people don't know about me. I actually have never done this in front of Chris too. In the 6 years I've known him. I'm classically trained in opera. So that's something I've been doing since I was 3.
I had an inclination on that when I was listening to one of your videos with a challenge of singing a song with the headphones on. Because, I mean, you were talking about how difficult it's going to be, but having the voice like that, I don't think there was any problem with you doing it. Oh my God. It was amazing. Lots of people without their headphones all on are just awful. You did it with them on, and I thought there is some kind of training there because of the way your voice is how is it called? Yeah, it carries. Yeah, it was beautiful. So yeah, I assume so, and I was right. See,
I really appreciate that. Wow, thank you. I thought I was just like cat on a chalkboard, just put everything annoying sounding together. That was that video. That's why I wrote my life over. But thank you. I really appreciate it.
Can you give us a couple of bars of something?
Oh, crap. You know what? How about not today? Because I was screaming. I'm a sailing coach, so right now I'm screaming quite a bit at the people I'm teaching over the water. And so I'm not as prepared. But for sure, anytime I get a video of something, my favorite's Carmen and the Queen of the Night from Mozart's Magic Flute.
We can hear the video for doing the headphone thing.
Yeah, maybe after we'll see because of the copyright. Because of that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
It's so tricky on YouTube now for copyright strikes.
I wanted to share a video of you singing it, but see, you're too good of a
singing. Exactly.
It's gonna match their algorithm.
And that is happening a lot lately, so it's a blessing and a curse together.
Oh, I am flattered, very flattered. Thank you. So I may try. They might think differently.
No, I'm pretty much sure they're gonna match.
She mentioned that before we started that she was very impressed by your voice. So yeah, so I think it's
my favorite. Thank
you. So you and Chris grew up in separate areas because of the high schools?
Not exactly. He lives like 15 minutes away from me in Toronto. Yeah, so it's kind of nice. I met him in grade 11, and yeah, and we went to different universities, so that was kind of hard, but it was only 2 hours away, so we've kept that up, kind of.
You made it work. You made it work.
Well, we were like, you know, we had times where we were like, oh, we're not going to do this, but we stayed very, very close friends.
Right.
And then it just happened that we got back together, and it's happy, and he's looking at me like, what's up?
Yeah. I heard my name. I heard what did she say to me?
That attention.
Guys are like that. Don't talk about anything private.
Message relationship. Oh no.
He's trying to throw things.
It's on the internet forever.
Okay. Let's get this over with before he starts flinging something else.
Starts throwing
You're lucky.
Maybe he'll start throwing dick pics or something like that. You know.
Unwanted. Dare.
That's gonna be the theme for tonight, by the way.
Yeah,
that will come up multiple times during the cast. If you're wondering.
I got a video one time on Facebook, like him and his iPad in his bathroom mirror. That was, I think, the most elaborate form of dick pic I've ever gotten. Unsolicited dick pic.
Unbelievable.
It is an epidemic, and I don't. And then I posted this on like the Facebook forums for small YouTubers, and I had this whole spiel about how this is so gross, this is unwanted, this is harassment. I'm saying this for everyone, men, women who basically get dick pics. I'm sorry. And then there was a lot of backlash being like, oh, you're just trying to demonize men and like what they do in their natural, like, I don't understand what they were trying to say. But anyways, they were accusing me of being too far on the demonizing men side. And I go, well, let's be honest. Straight men, if you got an unsolicited, just nude from a woman, I mean, boobs are boobs. You would be like, this is a happy occurrence. Happy sex. Like,
even if you don't want to be like, well, add them to the pile.
Well, yeah, you don't complain about men seeing women's breasts too much. No. You know, I mean,
not much.
Yeah, we're pretty easy to go along with that.
The only time that men seem to be a little squeamish is breastfeeding.
Yes, that's right, because it's a different association for them. See?
Exactly. I just did an art piece about that.
I'm just gonna check in the chat here for a second. See
Close up, look.
Just a sweat bead dripping down. He's like, I'm out of here.
It's a natural thing, and we support it. Now back to the chat.
Back to the chat.
That's like years ago when I was in college. They were trying these protest women. That, of course, some women wanted to go topless and were protesting downtown. I was in John Abbott, and all the guys were like, "Oh, I can't wait to go." I'm like, "Listen, I know what's going to be there. It's going to be every woman that shouldn't be topless is going to go. It's not going to be bombshells. It's not going to be swimsuit models going."
I don't mean am I fat shaming, but the bigger you are, the less you tend to wear. I'm just saying it's a observation I have made.
Yes.
Throughout like 22 years.
Oh, some of them went. They didn't listen to me. They came back. They were not amused.
Their eyes are just kind of sunken in. Yeah. Like, I will never look at a boob the same again.
Oh my God.
One guy said one woman had 3 sets.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, the best is when they have 4 on the front and 2 in the back. Okay, I'm like moving on.
So you're doing perfect. Don't change a thing. I love every moment of this.
Oh yeah, no worries.
You guys need to come to Toronto. We have the Toronto Islands. Have you been to Toronto?
Oh yeah, lots. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been to the Toronto Islands, like Center Island. So there's Hanlon's Point. Have you ever?
I haven't been into it, but I know about it. Yeah.
So as a sailing instructor, we tend to go. So I used to work with a kids camp, and we would go on the big cruise boats, and we'd be like, guys, look at the big open bay when we went around Hanlon's Point, which if people don't know on this live stream, Hanlon's Point is the part of the Toronto Islands that has a nude beach. And again, the same rules apply. Those who should not be nude are nude, and those who we really want to see nude are not nude.
That's
unless
right. We go online. They're passing on the boat, looking in.
Oh my God, them playing volleyball, it's just like, woo!
Yeah,
I'm an artist. I do life drawing. I've seen many. Oh, that's another fun thing. Are we just going to go off on like private parts?
Well, we'll go till it runs out of steam. You know, the crowd's happy.
Okay.
We got more people coming in. They're telling their friends.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to say sorry from the beginning because we're Canadian. We got to do that. It's part of our law.
Our apologies to you all.
So I'm an artist. I do a lot of life drawing, and I had, well, first of all, I had a guy who I actually knew from first year, and he didn't recognize me because I looked a little differently. And he decided to disrobe first and then start to hype himself up, which included him jumping around and something else flopping around.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
And then he saw me. His eyes went really wide, and he goes, I have to be excused for a second. Put on the robe, left.
Oh my God.
What the hell was that all about?
He came back. He came back because it's good money. It's like $50 an hour to pose nude.
Yeah, I had a friend. Well, we have a friend back home who actually was doing for a while the same thing.
You tell me after.
A girl that we stayed with.
Oh,
we
really?
were traveling.
Oh, okay. There you go. Good for
thought
her.
It wasn't news, but anyway.
I'll bring a pad and paper next time we stay with her again.
Yeah, she was doing it for
Crayola
crayons for 3 years or for 3 semesters, something like that, because it was good money and stuff. It
is.
Yeah.
That means I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, she looks good, so I don't think they mind.
That's good because muscle is a lot harder to draw.
Most women say that. I've had to take courses when I was going by multimedia integration, and even the girls were saying they would rather draw other women because they were easier to draw.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know your own body. You know basically what's going on. You got the wider hips, the bigger like chest area. No, but bigger people are very easy to draw because it's like circle, 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 lump, lump, lump.
Yep.
It's more like a Winnie the Pooh character rather than a human.
They had a guy, I called in sick that day. I didn't show up for class. I didn't.
Yeah, no, a lot of people do because my friend who I actually was my roommate the next year, we have to, so it's like a circle of just drawing horses and then the pedestal place where the model poses. And you have to pick strategically before the model comes in. Like, it's like jackpot, like which is going to be your luck because my friend, she chose wrong. And we had this very old man who did not have good blood circulation whatsoever. It was like he was 80, like any moment had to like fall over. And he decided for the 30-minute pose to literally face his back towards her and bend over.
Oh.
He saw the entire place where the sun don't shine and she had to draw that, and she left a big empty space right in the middle of her drawing canvas. And my art prof came over and he goes, "You're missing a part." And she just looked at him. She goes, "Please, no. Please, no." And I'm across the room. I'm dying. I had to excuse myself. It was just no. That's how you learn anatomy? Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Exactly. Somebody Ballcaps was asking, is naked people now art? Well, and I was explaining that it is part of learning.
The first
anatomy.
one, one of the oldest part. Some people have heard this in the chat. I worked for a very, very big music company, and we had some people in, very big ones, come in from Japan. And usually that ends up with lunch going to the local strip clubs in Montreal because they're notorious for this. They love it, all these guys. So we go, and we went with my drum manager, and I want to call him Bob to cover his name.
Good Bob.
And we're sitting there with Bob and these representatives from Japan, and they're all loving it. And we are sitting at a table, and they're like, "Oh, look at this one, look at that one." And I kid you not, a girl is dancing on the table right beside us. And they all look over and like, "Oh, she looks so good. She looks so this and that." My drum manager, Bob, turns around. His eyes go like this. She stands there naked like that. It was his 18-year-old niece that nobody knew was stripping. And it's like when a cat and a dog see each other. This is frozen in time. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle Bob. I'm sorry, Uncle Bob." She's trying to cover things, and everything's flopping all over the place. She don't know where to put her hands
awful.
first. Like a bras are hanging down. He's like mortified beyond belief. She's like, "Oh, please don't tell Auntie blah, 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 and blah, 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 and my nanny." And
everyone's dead.
That's right.
That's honestly like I always thought, oh, if I fail school, that'll be like plan Z. Like I will just bury me if anybody catches me. Like honestly, it's not even conceptually possible to continue life for me. I couldn't. I can't. Nope. I knew I was going there. but I just didn't want it to.
Well, every girl is somebody's mother, somebody, you know, and guys don't think of it when they go there. Somebody's sister, somebody's niece, and there was a great example of it that day, you know.
How do you go to family reunions after? I mean, it's impossible.
Well, yeah, every time you look at your niece and it's like you've seen her, there's no hiding from it.
Her wedding, Uncle Bob's gonna get up there and go, there's this one time.
Oh my God.
I'm really happy for you both, but I just want to tell you there was this one time that she looked so beautiful and just make it so bad. I'm gonna try.
It was a mortifying time. The rest of them didn't mind. They went right back to partying. We were sitting like, oh, I gotta get out of here, gotta get out of here. It wasn't even my niece, and I felt awkward as hell just being there.
I get that secondhand embarrassment. I would die.
You get that too?
I do. It's horrible. Like watching movies, I can't watch disaster movies, those really funny comedy movies where it's just like everything goes so bad. And I'm here cringing because I've had too many of those in my life. I don't need to get secondhand from another movie. My whole life is an embarrassment. Let's not try to sugarcoat it.
I like that with old shows like Three's Company, where Jack's about to get caught in a dress in the next room. Oh, like I can't look. I can't, absolutely. And then like the Monty Python skits where everything's like going around and like they're almost getting caught, but not exactly. And it's like, it's tiring watching it. It drains you. The embarrassment.
I'm actually getting anxiety. I am here with like a vein in my forehead. And my mom's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm going to get an aneurysm any moment here.
I thought I was the only one who got those. Oh, no. Those kind of shows.
I look like a little wife. Nice to meet you. I'm just seeing the chat now. I'm like, oh, I should maybe. I love drawing nudes, both sexes. It's art. Stifopal, opal. Sorry, I butchered that. It is. When you actually get a person up there, it's just like, it's whatever. It's basically like how a doctor sees you. You're a piece of meat. I don't mean to objectify, but in that moment, you're objectified.
I mean, art's based on shapes. They're not even looking at the body. It's just like you say, the circles, triangles, the arms, and then the shadows coming in.
It's the light. It's the form, the gesture. Until you kind of screw up like this one ginger. Story time. So, again, I was in the class with my next year's roommate, and but now we're like sitting always beside each other, and we're always laughing when we're not supposed to be laughing. But this day challenged us. God challenged us that day. Ginger guy, about 5'5", probably says he's 6 foot on Tinder. Like, I mean orange. Like, I'm trying to find something orange. Chris, where's orange?
Just throw an orange.
Okay, we're going with this orange. Like, I'm serious. I picked something off this. But literally orange, like the Weasley family would be outstanding. Like, oh my God, are you part of our family? Anyway, yes, the carpets matched the drapes.
Oh no.
And a huge wildfire bush. Yep. But then for his 30-minute pose, he decides to do a kind of lying down leisurely style to the point where he fell asleep.
Oh my God. Oh, no way.
Oh my goodness.
So my prof had to go over, tap him, and he goes, you want to take care of that? And he had to leave. It was just, and of course, me and my best friend were just.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, no, we were dying. There was no coming back from that.
If I was the guy, I would have called in sick again.
We never saw him again, but it was just like you're drawing it, and you're like, and the angle just keeps increasing, and you're like, wow, it's motion. Let's get this gesture in. Light touches. And then I bet you
can't draw that. No, it's not in motion.
Oh my jeez.
And then when you're like at the bottom, like near his feet, my friend was drawing it, and the closer it is, the darker it is, and when it's further away, it's lighter. So when it was extending, she made it lighter. And it was just beautiful.
Flip book going on there.
It was amazing to see the motion. It started to lift off the page. It was
lift off the page.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's hard to capture it, when it does so.
I really should never have my family see this.
Did she get an extra points for that?
Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I hope there's no children watching.
No. We always say we're not Disney, we're not Cinemax. We try to walk kind of a semifinal, but we always add a little Cinemax in it.
Yeah. We have sometimes Adult Swim, but that's after 10.
Yeah.
But that's okay for Monday too.
No, this is do not change anything. Just continue with the stories.
Don't
I
worry
cannot
about
stress
that.
that
My
enough.
God, people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
They're laughing.
Again, do not feel afraid to be like Seraphina. That's enough. We're stopping right there.
When I say that, we're in deep trouble. We've already crossed so many lines, and that comes out of my mouth.
Just scream that. I know that word in French.
Have you ever been to Montreal?
I have a couple times. I've been for Osheaga, as my friend in Montreal calls it, when the idiots come to swarm. I've been for trips to Saint Donat, and that's where I snowboarded for the first time. I couldn't sit for a week. I'm a big skier, not a snowboarder. I'm not used to my feet being stuck.
Same as me. I found it hard to get you. I tried snowboarding, and it's like, this is not.
Even skateboarding, which I used to do when I was younger, was like you have free feet. Your feet gets to move, but nope. But yeah, I'm a big skier. I used to race. I had knee surgery for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I broke everything in my knee during time trials.
Lovely. How did that happen?
Actually, my sister was laughing the entire time because it didn't look like a very bad fall. Time trials, I just went, and you know how they have that gate at the end? I went through, I was like, oh my God, I went so fast, and then I forgot to stop. I'm like, oh, how do I do this? I had the biggest brain fart. And I closed my eyes. I don't know exactly what happened, but apparently I just turned and then just kind of flopped, as my sister describes it. And she said it looked ridiculous. So, like, of course, she didn't think something serious happened. But I was sliding down head first, and my leg twisted in, and then my other leg kind of slammed down on it with the ski. So it tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus. So I couldn't feel my leg at first. And then after a while, I went down for another run. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready for my time trial. And then my dad was like, no.
Yeah.
No. We are taking you to the hospital. I was skateboarding. I was running. I was doing everything. So they didn't think like it was that bad. And then the doctor came in and she goes, you broke everything in your fucking knee. Like, minus the fucking, but like basically so. And she goes, you can't ski for another season.
Wow.
And I start to cry. And my mom goes, well, you can still walk after the surgery. Why are you crying? Like that sort of. My mom's just like, come on, you're not dying. You're fine.
Yeah.
She's in a dentist. So she's just like, I will tell you when you are dying. I will let you know. Even when I'm dead, I'm going to come back and let you know, okay, now you're dying. You can complain. So, yeah.
Were you, like, at that time, were you thinking of doing it to, like, long term? And, like, that's where you seen your future to be?
Like.
Competing?
Yeah, were you planning competing?
Oh, I love skiing, but I kind of started too late. Usually people start training when they're like 5. I started when I was 12, but I loved it. I got onto the, so you do time trials and then they place you on either the lower team because it's group points. They used to have it. So it's like the whole team had to be kind of the same. So there's like the high performance team and then the sort of lower performance team. And I worked so hard the year before to get on the high performance. And so I thought, okay, I'm on the roll. I can do this. I would love to be like Lindsey Vonn. This hit, I was like, okay, whatever. This isn't like something I could foresee myself doing. Also exercise. I'm good for like 5 minutes, but I do love to ski. I did race 2 years after that with a what you would call it, a personalized race.
Right.
So that was fine and that was fun, but my racing days are over and now I go up to Banff, and I'm hopefully going to Colorado soon to go skiing, but I love it. I'm absolutely I actually have a video with a GoPro and it just shows me skiing through the glades.
I went skiing the other year for the first time in 20 years. I used to be a big downhill skier and I loved it. It was
let's go.
Things you do and then bango, it's this is me. But then kids come along and it is a hard hobby to do, especially once you have kids, unless you get your kids into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got my dad into it actually. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, so he used to be like the old-time skier with like the legs stuck together.
Yeah. The turn there with every shot there when they go around, they're doing the swallowing.
Which is really funny because he has like kind of thin legs but very bulbous stomach. So it looks absolutely ridiculous. Like he's one of those Santa Claus with the figurines with the skis on. It's okay. It's okay. He's never going to see this. He doesn't know how to use electronics. But I found that I got him really into it, which was really fun. My sister tried to do it, but she's just like really scared of cross blocking, which is like with the gates.
Yeah.
And then, but I went to Saint Sauveur.
Yeah.
That was amazing. It was -40, but that explained why no one was on the hill, but it was beautiful. Yeah. Tremblant is too many Yetis.
Yes.
You know Yetis?
Yeah, I know what you mean by them, but it shouldn't be on a ski hill and ruins it for everybody else. It's being annoying as hell and just being there like a fashion show instead of actually being about skiing.
Yes, we need to go skiing. Do you ski?
Well, the other year I hadn't skied all that time, and then we had a business in Iceland, and I went over and we got to pick one thing to do, and I went and took the downhill skiing, and I hadn't done it in like 20 years. I never thought my feet could hurt so bad. I forgot how hard it is to have your legs in that angle all over again.
Oh yeah, that calf muscle.
But it comes right back to you, like you get on the hill within 3 minutes. It just felt. You knew where to go again. I mean, I wasn't jumping like I used to and stuff, but it was actually really cool. We were in Akureyri, and you go right down to the bottom of the hill. The chalet is there, and if you keep going down after that, you go right to the shore of the Arctic Ocean. You go right to the shore.
And then you just keep going across the ocean, eh?
If you don't stop by then, you're going to be stopping very soon. But it's not cold,
wow.
Even in February, it's like 8 degrees that day.
Then you're skiing in the t-shirt. It's wonderful.
Yeah, pretty much. The Americans are freezing. I was
one of the years when he went to this trade show. Yeah, he was just like calling me, how are you doing? I'm like, well, it's -38 in Montreal. What's the weather up there? Well, it's +5. Standing in a t-shirt outside.
Yeah.
I'm like, nice. You're in Iceland, and it's like 40 degrees warmer than it is in Montreal. So yeah,
for sure. Montreal gets freezing.
Oh yeah,
freezing. And I gotta say, me and my mom though had a wonderful time. We were stuck in our Canada Goose jackets that go down to our ankles. We look like walking sleeping bags. And my mom has this. Last time we went to Tremblant, my dad got me fox earmuffs and her a ginormous fox hat. Granted, my mom is animal cruelty free. My dad decided this was a great gift. Men and chicks. It's like 2 different dimensions for them. But she wore it, and she has this big, poofy, curly hair that just outside the bottom. So her figure was like giant hat, hair, and then sleeping bag body, and then her little like Sorel boots, and we were like shuffling across, trying not to slip down the hills. And then we went 1 block, went inside, another block, went inside, because we were just freezing. It was like one of your coldest winters 2 winters ago, and we went into a museum we never even imagined going to.
That was the last year I went. Actually, was that cold? That's what I remember. That's what it was like -40 forever.
Oh, it was awful, and the ice was just crusted over.
Mm-hmm.
But Montreal's beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's like going to Europe without leaving Canada.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's the biggest thing.
So much of Europe here, you know, all the mixture of cultures and events and food, and so it reminds me so much of that as well.
Well, it's such a mix. I mean, Canada in general, we're always saying is that bridge between Europe and the United States. We're always not as much of one, like whatever subject you have, it's either, okay, they're not as much as Europe, but more than the States, or vice versa. We're always kind of that middle ground.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we're nice. Like, who doesn't want to come over?
Exactly. Exactly. We're the welcome wagon.
Yeah, basically. But now it's getting a little more violent, and I'm not liking it.
Yeah, especially, I mean, in Montreal, I mean, like Montreal had their time in the 90s with the bikers and everything else when they were in place. And you guys now lately with the gang stuff and that we've been hearing a lot more about. And
unfortunately, and the guy with the van, my mom just always, she's American. She's from Indianapolis and from a small town near there. And she said when she came to Toronto, it was not heard of. They had like something like 3 murders during the entire year when she came to Toronto, and there was no guns, no shooting. You never even thought of like crime happening. She felt absolutely so safe because she's used to everyone carrying guns and such.
Right.
Now she's always rambling on about Toronto and how much it's. I still have a curfew. I'm turning 22 and I still have a curfew from my mother.
Well, it's because of the way the world is.
Well,
I mean,
I think they're getting worried. You know, it's not about what we're doing. It's about what other people, you know, can do, and that's awful. It is, you know, especially in a place where you used to be not like that at all.
Wow.
And even here in Montreal, it starts to get slowly like that too, which is really
we had this
bad.
false sense of security, and you know, and that sucks because I watched this 9/11 hit and all that, this naiveness that we had in Canada slowly fade away.
Yeah.
On 44 side, I was watching that whole time, is seeing it go down and down every time you went somewhere. Less of that was there, and it sucks, you know.
Yeah, no, it absolutely sucks because just having that trust around your city. My mom used to feel so safe, and now it's just it's you never know. You can't even have road rage because you don't know who has a gun and who's just gonna turn around. It really bothers me. And why can't we go back to being super nice? I like that.
I know. We're losing our identity, and that's what separated us. That's what gave us our identity, our culture. It's losing that part is what makes it hard.
Yeah. Hey, at least we can go around with the flag on our backpack and still be like treated.
That's right. That's
still
true.
Got that going for us. Maybe not in India now, but hey.
I don't have the full picture, but I did some digging. I found one when you were talking about when you guys were in Montreal and the hat that your father got for your mom. I'll just share which I just wanted to share with you. I thought, the moment you were describing it, that's
exactly this and sending it to my mother. Oh my God!
Please don't. Yeah, I couldn't help it. I seen that and I was thinking of it right away, so I thought I put that.
Oh my gosh, I'm sending that to her. You are in trouble.
I know that. As I have nothing to do with it. That's exactly what I had in my head the moment you were describing, and I pictured that.
That is literally just a little more fluff at the bottom, black fluff. That's her hair. That's literally. Oh my God.
What the heck is that? Alicia is asking.
Oh, and from H3H3. That's some psychic that wears that all the time. I've seen the video.
Like literally, she looked like she was like hiking the Arctic or something. Like she should just have like a pack of seals behind her trailing. You guys love the Arctic. She went to not the Arctic. She went to Alaska and she worked with the Native Americans there. And she wants to go back because they were nice. They love. They give energy as well as like as much as they take. They're very humbling as a people. And the Northern Lights. Absolutely, and the serenity of it.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Yeah. So she's trying to drag my dad up north, and my dad wants to move into a condo in the heart of Toronto, and my mom has absolutely such different retirement ideas.
Yeah, it's
I guess there's a meet in the middle solution having to come at this point for it. So
yeah, no, the middle solution is my cottage, which is sort of up north at Georgian Bay. So there's
that must be nice. Yeah, tell us about that.
So right now it's North Georgian Bay. It's where I learned how to sail, actually. Beautiful weather. It's always windy. My dad had a Hobie Cat for 40 years now, 16-foot catamaran. And that's what I learned on is actually he just stuck us on when we were really, really little. And we have pictures with my mom just grabbing the backs of me and my sister's life jackets for dear life. She's like, oh no. Oh no. And my dad's like, they're fine. They're fine. It's like my mom's like, yeah, that's where I started to sail, and now I'm a sailing coach. I went to nationals. I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool.
That's, anytime.
You found your calling in it, I would say, in sailing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm teaching my aunt how to sail right now, and I'm teaching adults, which is an entirely new endeavor for me. I gotta say, children are easier to teach than adults.
Yes.
Believe it or not, you would think, okay, they're more mature. You can not
always
teach them the techniques and the theories a little better, the physics of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, the good thing is I can swear at them more.
Yes, it's a trade-off.
Yeah, no, my mom asked to come one time, and she's like, can I be on the coach boat? And I have a driver because I don't have a harbor license. And she just, after she got off the coach boat, she goes, what the hell is wrong with you? They pay you. I'm like, no, you don't understand. They don't get it. They don't do what I say. I tell these people like 5 different times, don't bring the boat on top of you when it capsizes. And what do? They do exactly what I tell them not to do. It's like the internet. You tell it not to do something and it does the exact opposite. 2-year-olds and adults have the same mentality, basically.
Try keeping the computer stuff.
Well, sometimes you have to, yeah.
Yeah. When my mother's sitting there with her notepad now, how do I get on the internet? You tell her, and then it's okay, and then they think everything is the internet. And there's these steps and steps. It's like icons can get moved. That's moved. She's on the phone. Where did my icons go? It's 2 inches away from the other one. Look with the picture. Yeah, but it's not where it used to be. It won't work.
That's literally what I'm saying. But it's like they understand the theory. So basically, it's all about aerodynamics and vectors of the wind. But then, excuse me, I just had all-you-can-eat sushi, and I just had a second tasting of it. So sailing is basically you tell them the theories. They go, yeah, I get it. And then you put them in the water in a boat, and they're just like, not wet. I had to threaten them that I'm going to stick helmets on their heads because of how dumb they are. They have no way of losing any more brain cells in order for them to pass this course.
Have you thought about incorporating dick pics into the training?
You are bad. You are so bad.
I am. I'm right in my glory tonight, so I'm just.
He just needs a little nudge, and then he's really bad.
I'll put it on the Reddit page. Just send it to this email at this time. It's just during debrief. Okay, you check your emails. You did okay, so don't check your emails. You did terribly. Check your emails. I really encourage you to do so.
My sister joined us a couple of times in the chat, and I call her like, "What do you think of the show?" She goes, "Oh, it's great." She goes, "How the fuck did you ever come up with doing a clean channel?" She said she thought it was like humanly impossible for me to pull off. As you can see, it is kind of.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but here's to that.
Yeah, it's human nature.
Please don't die on me. I'm trying my best. This is me on my best behavior, and I'm so sorry.
You're doing amazing.
You're doing great. Don't worry.
I think the crowd's happy.
Oh yes, they are.
They were having their conversations a while ago even after we stopped.
The only thing that I laughed about it was one person was saying that they have to unlike the like because their kids are watching their channel and see what they like. So they keep watching, but they can't like it. I'm like, that's fine. That's all good. Oh my god, that's so funny.
I have an Italian accent? Really?
That's what you say here.
Yeah.
I thought I just had a Canadian accent, eh?
It comes out when you get more wound up. Like Xenia does that. I always tease her all the time. I know she's so sick of hearing it, but when Xenia's tired or wound up, that's where I can really hear it come out. And then she starts trying to translate expressions that don't come out right. And it'll be like when the toaster's upset, always remember that the walrus is smiling. It's something like, it's just like, woof. We're going to take a moment and recap on what was just said. And
you just have to recenter yourself into the Canadianness.
Yeah, exactly. That was great, dear. I loved it. I agree with you fully.
Well, like her, English is not my first language, so.
Yeah,
I love
she's been
this
speaking English.
I love that excuse. You know?
Yeah, I know. I see that. You've been learning it since you were 3. You make it sound like you just got it 2 years ago.
It's still not my first language, no matter what. It's still not. So
I forget that her English isn't her first language. That's the hardest part.
And it's like, how you don't understand what I'm telling you? Well, because it's not my first language.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it gets rambled up, and then you're like, well, that's exactly why I actually failed French, because for the words I didn't know in French, I replaced it in Italian, and my teacher's just like, you have to go to summer school. And my dad was reading. He knows both Quebecois, French, and Italian, and he's reading through this. He goes, what the hell is wrong with you? I was really tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep. None that was getting in my brain, and I was just thinking, you know, I wanted to make her proud. I can't let the French win.
That's right.
I was just bullshitting the way I could possibly, but I had to go to summer school for French, and I was just like, well, comme ci, comme ça.
I watch people here all the time, and it cracks me up. I don't know why people figure if they don't speak French, just putting on the accent is going to make them understand better. It's crazy. Can I have the eggs, please? Like, that's going to get you through any better with them. Like, it's better off to say I don't speak the damn language. They most likely speak English to begin with. They do. I watch them. You can hear the McDonald's in that, the car, Eddie, and that. I want the bacon, and it's like, that's like a bad.
You know, they do Pepsi thing. It's like, really?
Oh yeah.
What is the difference?
I didn't know that.
I hear it all. I don't hear it all the time. Years ago, I heard a lot more. Not as much now, but I still hear it from time to time. And I don't know. I guess people do it even when they travel. You know, if they were to go to Italy, you know, it'd be like, you know, they'll just put that at the end of every word and think they're getting things across. And it's like, yeah, that's not helping things. You're just making fun of them right now.
Just point. For the love of God, point.
Yes, exactly. 100%. Like when we go to Latvia in the country, like nobody speaks English there. The older people, like nobody. Mm-hmm. We're only about 40 kilometers from the Russian border where we go. That's the name of our channel, by the way. Pusa is the town in Latvia where Mom grew up.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good to know the origin.
Yeah, it was. Her mom passed. We named it after kind of a tribute. So
that's beautiful.
They use the roof upside down from French. I know French are such sticklers for the language. I figured if they looked at our cards, they'd think it was a spelling mistake, and then we'd get more noticed.
That's perfect. You know what? Whatever gets you free marketing. But
we gotta live here, so might as well make it work to our. And I've gone into this little corner store, and it's an old Soviet style. Like there's no Bob's, nothing. It's either a corner store, hardware store. There's no extra names. And I'm ordering, and I got like 10 locals behind me watching in amazement as they're gonna like, he's gonna fuck it up. I can tell. Where's it gonna happen? And they're like, no, geez, he got it. Wait for the next order.
They're just like, oh my god, I lost a bet.
Yeah, they're nice though. I mean, about it, I've always liked it, but yeah, I gotta wing it, and I just point and remember.
That's good, and at least you're like trying. You're not doing something idiotic and making their accent in English.
No, exactly. If I went in and just started like blah blah blah, they're gonna think they're gonna put me in a home. You know, like that's.
Oh my gosh! Well, my mom's American, and we went to visit my family in Upper Liano, and so she doesn't know any Italian, and it's both me and my sister's first language, and she was taking us to a friend of ours, but it's in Italy, so we got there, and there was these huge gates, and you had to buzz in. She didn't know any Italian, and she knew the word for house, which was casa and please, which is per favore, and so she buzzed it, and they're like, ciao, chi è? And my mom goes, casa, per favore, casa, per favore, and they're like, "Che cosa questo?" And it's like, casa, per favore, casa. my sister just tugs on my mom's sweater and she goes, "Mom, lift me up, lift me up." So my mom just lifts on my sister and she goes, "Ciao, cosa Eliana, per favore, io voglio andare dentro la casa." And they're like, "Oh, Eliana, benvenuto, vieni qua." And then just like open the door and then they start to speak English because they're like, at least you're trying. They're very happy that my mom was trying. They go, "Where are you from?" And my mom's like, "I'm American." They go, "Oh. You know the Italian, "Oh, okay. È tutto bene. You did very good. You did good. We teach you. Are you hungry?" They always ask you if you're hungry. 2 seconds in the door. We feed you. You want turkey? I have 25-pound turkey in the refrigerator. I make it. And then you have the nonna comes out. And then she goes, "I make the turkey. I make it." And then they'll just offer you your body weight in food. But yeah, that was my mom. She's gotten a lot better. But yeah, no, it's always buongiorno and come stai and oh, Bella.
Deliciano, any food products that you see is written in Italian.
Yo.
Delicio.
Oh my God, it's great time to go to an Italian restaurant with her. So she is from Indiana, and but she was born in New York City. So it's like she sometimes has the New York accent come out. It's like, "Give me some water. You want some hot dogs? Oh, you give the dog a walk." It's like, oh my God, I can't deal with you right now. There's just so many. And then she'll try and like put some Italian in there for us. It's just like, no.
Don't go there. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate that.
But she's Jewish. My dad's Roman Catholic. And so her family has a lot of Yiddish words just pushed in there. So she'll just go like out of nowhere. I'm not used to it. And she'll just go, "Honey, you had a lot of chutzpah." I'm like, "Mom, what the hell does that mean?" She goes, "You had balls, you had guts, good for you." Like, don't make me explain it. That's the mentality. It's like, yeah.
That's her uncle one time. Well, it's a sad story, but her mom was just about to pass. We went over, and long story short, I've never driven there before, and we get the car, her mom's car. And her uncles called. They were coming in by train the next morning into Riga, which is the capital. And I said, "We will go pick them up." And he's like, "Yeah," she told them, "Good." The next morning I go to leave, and I said, "Are you ready to go, hon?" She goes, "Well, I can't leave, Mom. Nobody else is here." And I'm like, "Okay, then what am I doing?" And she goes, "Well, you're going to have to go get to the train station. It's like 20 minutes away, driving from the suburbs all the way downtown. Never drove there in my life." And she's like, "Don't worry about it. I'll program it in your mom's phone."
Okay.
And my mom's phone gave it to me. It's good. I get down to the train station. She said, "Don't worry, they're coming. There are two uncles. One I met, one I never met. Neither one speak a word of English, not even hello." And she said, "Don't worry, there's one of them that's coming with them. This lady, she speaks English." So I get to the train station. I call, "Okay, I'm here." And she goes, "Oh, good. They'll be over in a minute." And I said, "Oh, I can't wait to see you." And she said, "Well, you don't know I'm not coming." I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, but I've sent them in the direction they're supposed to get to you." And I was across the street, and yeah, they're going to be alone with you. So, this is great. So they get there. They're talking to me. The uncle I met before sits beside me. The other one behind. They're two farmers. One's really big, strong. And I'm sitting there on the phone. Doesn't the phone die? And now I have no GPS to get home. They don't know how to do anything on a phone. They got a button dial phone. They don't know what I'm saying. We have a language barrier times 100.
Just perfect. Just absolutely perfect.
And they want to see their sister. Of course, she's very sick. So I'm feeling that tons of guilt plus the pressure. And I'm sitting there sweating and pouring off me. I got to go somewhere. So I start driving. And before that, her uncle said, Xenia is going to call her. I said, no. I said, "Xenia, phone here." He goes, "Oh, okay." He dials it, it starts to ring, and I'm like, no, Xenia's phone here. "Oh, okay." He hangs up and calls right back, and I'm like, "Xenia's phone," and I'm getting more and more angry, pointing at like, "Christ, you don't get this. Like, you don't have to speak the language." Her name's on the front. So we finally start driving, and they're arguing over which way to go, and I don't know what the hell either one of them is saying. And one uncle in the back, he's poking me in the neck, going nay, which is no, nay, nay, nay. And I'm like, if you poke me one more goddamn time, no, you're not. I'm gonna go murder a son. You postal, be damned.
How did you keep your composure?
It took me 2 hours to get home. We ended up on a cobblestone street for 10 kilometers. With a dunk dunk in the back of the neck. I'm still talking. And I finally got the phone working on the side. We drove off because it's kind of like Montreal. There's a big river. I made a wrong turn, ended up going off the goddamn, like all across the bridge, so I had to get turned around on a highway bridge coming back over. City, yeah. It was a nightmare. I went to kiss the girl. When I walked in, she knew I was angry.
Well, I didn't know that's how it's gonna end.
Yeah.
That would have been a treat and a half. I don't know.
Yeah, it was really fond memories. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just impressed that you didn't like just turn around, murder them, stuff in the wall, and that was that.
This close.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. And then they think you're the idiot when you start to make crazy.
Yeah. They were all happy for me, and they were like, "Oh, Andrew was good," and he's like saying to her, and I'm like, "Jesus, thanks for covering for me," because the last thing I would have said.
Oh my God, that's.
We drank a bottle of vodka one night, him and I. We had a conversation for 2 hours. He was telling me being in the Navy during the Soviet time, and he even had a cucumber doing this to show me the submarine. They're watching us all in the corner like they're actually talking, like they don't understand a word each other's saying.
Oh my God, could you imagine you just having on mute submarine? Oh, yeah. It's just like, well, that's a sex story I don't want to learn.
I was telling about dick pics. That's why we had the cucumber out.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about eggplants rather than cucumbers. That's in the vegetable I'm actually enjoying. So let's go the opposite direction, shall we? Let's pick another. Well, that has such innuendos. Possibly, maybe. Let's go for it.
I'm still laughing when you were talking about drawing the guy who was getting.
Dude, I'm gonna send you my sketchbook that has the motion in it, because that's another study that we do, is that we have a model that goes into like a stance like this and then slowly moves, and then as they're moving, we keep drawing them and keep drawing them. It was just one other part. So
I would have faked a coronary. I would have been out of there.
I'm telling my Roman Catholic family this story. My nonna's praying to La Padre, and she's going, "Mamma mia, que cosa tu vuoi per me?" She's going, "What do you want from me?" And I'm just going, I'm telling you about my story, and yet she's the one who has absolutely no filter, and she has the audacity to say my story was out of line. It's like, shall we go back to yesterday? Oh my God, I won't get into her because that is a whole another just, oh my God. It's you need to meet her. That's the only way that you can get the full.
I think we have to have her on as a guest.
Yeah.
My nonna was just going la 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 la.
Oh, I couldn't tell my parents about something like that in a million years. I know girls are more open to tell their parents. I have a sister. The stuff you guys tell parents that I would never dream of even mentioning, like not even in a million years.
But the thing is that because it's empowering, it shows your parents that you can deal with this kind of crap, especially for men. Because I'm in a family with 2 girls, and my dad wanted boys, of course. And he just goes, "What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?" And I'm just whipping off all these stories. He goes, "Are you trying to kill me?" I go, "Well, if that's a byproduct of that, I mean, I can't help it." But pretty much like, I just want to let you know that I'm not some little fragile thing that you need to protect. Let me just show you what I have to deal with, and I'll show you how I deal with it.
Oh my God. He's
fully aware of the male genitalia that has been sent to me. I do challenge him on his views on a daily basis, and he goes, like, it's to the point where he goes, why can't she just have views like me? And my mom goes, she just like smacks him and goes, why aren't you happy that she can think for herself? Like, why is that not a thing? He's like, well, she can think for herself, but why can't she think like me?
It's a pretty standard father response, actually.
It's a very Italian European way to respond.
Yeah.
Respond. The response?
Yes. Because I talk to you and I feel like I'm talking to my daughter 20 years down the road. I do feel that. Like, and
Every time you need practice. How old is she?
She's 7.
She's just 7. She doesn't know what her future holds with daddy. They're being overprotective.
And 2 older brothers. She's 7.
Wow.
Her next brother's 11 and her oldest brother's 20. So
lucky. I always wanted older brothers, but I do find that my parents do treat us differently, and we always they had a tendency to be okay with us hanging around guys' friends rather than girlfriends because they'll protect us when we're out.
yeah.
And it's just don't by all means do whatever you want, but give her benefit of the doubt. She's gonna be a strong girl with you guys as parents teaching her the way. So I have no doubt about that.
I want her to have a lot of male gay friends. That's what I'm setting her up for. I agree with you 100%. I want her to have tons of guy friends.
And she's very stubborn already and has her own opinion and stuff.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what the conversation is going to be 10 years down the road there.
You guys, you're going to have fun, and she's going to become an amazing woman. I have no doubt about it.
What I'm laughing at with you tonight, I'll be like your father when she's bringing it up. That's perfectly, because there's a great thing with girls comes double standards. That's going to be celebrated.
Absolutely. That's just our nature. It's you can't do it, but we can. Let's push that limit to as far as we can go without you having an aneurysm or a heart attack.
I was reading a statistic that said 95% of men believe in premarital sex until they have their first daughter.
Yes. I don't want to think about it, but yeah, probably.
That's a father thing. As soon as their daughter's in the mix, yeah, that's not right. And no, I want you to start dating when you're 45.
Yeah, we're joking that she's gonna run away and live with her oldest brother because he's 13 years older than her. So he was like, I hate them. Can I come live with you?
I did have a friend who did that. She had 2 older brothers that were previous her age by 20 years, and she went and stayed with one of them when she ran away from home. At least she has that secure place to go, I gotta say, if that ever does happen. But me and my dad, it's just yeah, there was something I had to say, but I can't remember what it was. I'll think about it later.
You should try to get him on some of your videos like that. I've seen some father-daughters do some stuff like that.
Oh my God, no. He's such a logical, analytical person. He doesn't see the reason for Yelp for his business. I doubt he'll understand. For us to get a dog, he was not a dog person. I was in grade 5. We had to write up a contract that was about 6 pages of the benefits, the consequences of having a dog, what we'll do if we get a dog, and we had to have it notarized by my aunt, who was a lawyer, who did it kind of jokingly, but we had a notarized contract with my father in order to get a dog. He's that kind of a person.
Really?
Yes. So
I want to meet this man. I'm so intrigued right now.
You guys would have interesting conversations. I'd be interested in where this would go, but no, he's I love him very much. He's interesting, but he has his very set ways, Italian. Do it my way or there's no way. And then you have to be well, there's about 20 other ways we can do it, and yours isn't the best one. And then it's just nope, I'm out.
That's a father thing in general. Most of them are like that. And same probably women grow up and say they were never going to be like their mom, and you take on these traits. Same with guys. And I catch myself doing it with my 20-year-old. My father drives me crazy. I was a truck driver for a long time, plus all the other things I've done. I drive 850 kilometers home, and you think it's the first time I ever got behind the wheel, and Andrew, you don't forget your seatbelt. It's all these things. It's will you shut the hell up? I got a 20-year-old son, for Christ's sakes. I used to be a truck driver. I think I can handle this, but it's their way of just being all the time. It's just their way of thinking. The blinders get deeper as they get older.
The best defense against that is, for things like tradition. Mm-hmm. Tradition is the inhibitor of anything being developed. Yeah. So that's the thing that throw at his face like a ton of times, being like, hey, you can't do this. You can't force me. I'm my own person. Nada. And then we have a giant long ass discussion about like the benefits and you know what I'm talking about, the cons and the benefits versus like what outweighs the other. And it's just, oh my God, it goes, you never want to get into discuss argument with my father because it's not the argument that gets you. It's how long he can talk for.
Yeah.
Like, just avoid it altogether if you can. It's just, it goes on. That's why my sister goes, I'm never having arguments with him. I don't pick fights anymore because I can't waste my time.
He's trying to tiring you guys out, so then you just agree. For
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just to end it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, but then we team up against him. My mom is usually on our side too, so it's a great time.
Oh my God, that's always fun when you got 3 women arguing. There's a dream and a half.
Yeah, well, see, Andrew is the opposite, and it just that's how it is. That's it, and there is no discussion. And believe me, it is harder when it is no discussion when there is none.
Well, that's why you have to slip it in right after you.
I sound like Hitler. Jesus.
No, but it's harder because that's it. You can't put a counter argument when there is no argument. So just
exactly. To become an artist, my father, who is a man of science, just did not understand that.
Yeah.
It's always the discussion of you need to make a living. You have to be able to support yourself and your family. I'm like, who said I'm having a family? Like, where'd that come from? And then you have to be able to support every endeavor that you want to do. So you need something that will be sustainable. Then you can do your art second. It's like, no.
Yeah.
If I'm not good at this sustainable job, like a lawyer or a doctor, how am I going to sustain myself being an artist on top of that? It's like the logic just doesn't make sense for me.
But for fathers, that's something. That's why
natural.
like more men commit suicide than women. Is for some reason everything is into their occupation.
Yeah,
that's what they bring to the table. Like we're women, you know, I can't because I need to help Susie out, and my neighbor's sick, and my aunt. You know, there's all these people. They feel like they have so many uses to go around. Guys, everything is in what's brought to the table. You know, that's their thing. It's not right, but that's just that mentality, especially with my dad's age, probably your dad's age. Myself, I'm very much like that.
No, I get it. It's just like,
so they're scared of you springboarding into something without having that backing. You know what? I think that's what it is. It's their way of caring.
Yeah.
It doesn't always feel that way, you know, because it's stopping on something you're very passionate about. And I think it's not that he wants to squish it for you. That's just his way of saying, well, make sure you have something good and steady. Do it on the side, which makes you feel then like he's downgrading what you want to do. It's just his way of saying he cares, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know everything comes from such a good heart. He's an amazing father. He's just a little confused sometimes because it doesn't transfer. It's not a fast connection. He is absolutely a perfectionist, and his work is outstanding. Possibly, I don't want to boast, but possibly one of the best in the world. He travels everywhere to lecture.
Wow.
For his profession. He's amazing. But anything new is like, oh my God, I have to battle Godzilla in order to get this absorbed into my brain. And my mom just, she's like, I'm done. I'm going for a drive. I go, where are you going? She's like, oh, I don't know. I'm just going for a drive.
Change is their worst fear ever because it opens up a chance to fail or not like. And it's like remember the night we had nachos here?
Yeah.
It was like asking my father if he wants to go play with plutonium. It's like it's just chips with meat on it. Like it was so freaked out by the whole thing, and he didn't know how to eat it. Yeah. I kept saying, "When is supper?" Like he was trying to be nice. Like, can we get this shit out of the way and actually eat a real meal?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's so.
You know, it's just chips, but to him, it was like the end of the world. Like it was like literally, you could see the stress going on in him. Like
they get stressed out really easily. Gotta say, anything new territory, they're like, poke, oh bad. No good. Oh. Like,
well, they want to be like, part of being a man too. You want to be confident about everything. So when it's something new, you don't know what it is. So you might as well say you don't like it. That's right.
Sure. And growing up in the 60s, you need that. Like, that's just the mentality and the environment that you were growing up. If you were no macho man, what were you? It's like that was their entire being. So I understand that.
They don't do it to be like a sexist thing. That's where I feel bad sometimes today with the way things are turning. They kind of get labeled. They weren't doing it out of not liking it, but it was just the way they are. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, my dad is not homophobic. He can't wrap his head entirely around.
Yep.
It's like, by all means, if me and my sister were gay or a bisexual or LGBTQT in any form, he would be unconditionally loving us. I need you to help me understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
It
true.
would be, he absolutely, like with my art. So again, my mother is Jewish. My dad's Roman Catholic, very strong Roman Catholic. Like I was baptized in First Communion, but me and my sister are both, like, I don't mean to go into religion, but me and my sister are both like atheists. And that is a very, very hard issue for him to
Of course.
grasp. And I, like last night, I made my most recent thesis project in art class was a piece around Mother Teresa in which I describe this controversy within my family and how I view her as being entirely human than rather the saintliness of her. And that was just like, that entirely demolished the value of my painting for him because he thought it was something loving. The way I depicted her breastfeeding, which of course never happened, but he thought it was absolutely amazing. And then when I told him my artist statement, it was just shutting down. And he goes, I respect you, so please walk me through this. And we spent about 3 hours in which he said 1,000 times, okay, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. I'm done. But no, it was a great discussion. And I do respect religion and his views and his beliefs. And like, by all means, I believe faith is a gift that I just have not earned at this moment.
Yeah.
So I need to really, and through art history, I'm going to understand more and more. And I do appreciate it. But it's just a discussion that I need to have more and more and learn from my father as he is learning from me.
Yeah.
But it is no way disrespect or from a place of disrespect for religion, or I'm open to it. I love the community. I love the love.
Send me the link. My mother's religious, and I know it's hard for her in that way. And I always tell her, I think it's just that I'm actually envious of people who can have faith, and I just don't right now. And I don't disbelieve it. I don't know what to believe in. So, and
Exactly.
I'm
agnostic, to be honest.
Yes, exactly. And it's same as we have Penny D on their paranormal channel, and we've had them as guests where he believes and his wife wants to believe. And I'm the same way as her. I want it to be true. I want it to be UFOs. I want all this stuff. I just need that concrete proof. I'm too much of a stickler for the facts to let my mind go. But I am jealous of people who can let their mind. Like Xenia does more into stuff like that. Sometimes she drives me absolutely crazy, but I love because she runs with it, and that's so hard for me to go into it with her because I'm right away like fact. I don't give myself a chance.
Absolutely, but it's good to discuss, and that's something that he stood in front of my painting for, hours to really understand it, and that mutual respect, I think, is what is needed in order to understand religion. But anyway, I don't really want to go into.
No, but I mean, to me, that's not even going into religion. That's more just going into like a belief process, which is different from religion. It's a state of mind more, your way of thinking into things. You're not knocking people who do it. You're just
not at all. Unless you're one of those extremists that act in the name of your religion and do extremely destructive things and hit upon other people and their life choices.
100%. That is very true.
Yeah, that is my piece.
Yeah, so that's what Xenia was working on when we were talking. So I just brought over the link. So beautiful picture, though.
Thank you. It's very hard to do.
I can imagine. I can.
How long did it take for you to do this?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. And it was with 4 different size stamps on the backs of wood, erasers, and it's all stamped to make it look like mosaic. And it's a 5-foot painting, 5 by 5 foot.
Amazing.
Thank you. I really hope other people enjoy it, but I don't know the platform to express it on. So yeah.
You know what? Make sure you do your tags well in your video, and pick the right. Eventually, maybe change. It's cool to have story time, but maybe add a bit to it about it that you'll attract people in the fine arts community to come and see it.
Right. Well, that part was just for the story time. I actually
They're like
Yeah.
10 stories.
But I would put that, like, you can add into it as well. It could be a two-parter, like keep the story time, but just in your title, then add a bit about the fine arts. Some buzzwords that I don't know what they are. You know them, I don't. Just on the side, because that could easily, it's a really great painting.
I do want to have something like a video or Instagram that, well, first of all, I want to protect it because I just finished my business degree. And through that, I went to my class of business law. And so Instagram, Facebook is very kind of controversial to express your artwork, because once you place it there, it's owned by that company. So it's like video I'm okay with. Instagram, I had a video of it rather than just a blatant picture. Again, it's just to kind of give me that ownership. But again, it's that proper way to market it and to protect it and to maintain ownership over it that I haven't discovered quite yet.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely send you a picture if you need of the full painting.
I'd love to see the full thing. It's
Beautiful,
amazing work. And you're right to protect yourself in that. I mean, it isn't, we deal with it all the time. Like, because I do the videography, Xenia does the photography. And that's a constant battle. It's like, what great pictures do you want to throw to the wolves in order to get noticed, but at the same time know that other people are going to be grabbing at it?
Yeah. Well, I that piece, I think, is one of my most proudest artworks that I've done so far. So that one I really want to ensure.
I don't blame you at all on that one. But great work, like fantastic. I mean, I can appreciate, I'm not an artist, but I can appreciate what you did there.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Please send us a full picture. We'll not share it just for us to see. If you do have one, we would
put
really
the watermark on it. That's fine.
Yes.
Just to see.
yeah, put a watermark on it.
No, you guys, I trust. As long as you don't like, of course you can like share. Just like
no.
Not online, but like, if you want to show people, by all means, I'd be more than happy. But yeah, no, thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I know you guys are great at that, and you really respect your artists. So
well, I mean,
no problem sending you.
With us too. We go through that kind of, like Xenia. I don't know if you know, she represented Quebec 2 years ago for National Geographic Canada.
Oh wow!
For Canada Day. And you know, so we're getting
you know, like with video and photography, especially because it's just more often posting it. You definitely go through that. You know, there's so many stories of people stealing pictures, and the last biggest one, the Canon, was that they actually took somebody's picture, never credited it, and put it on their like a main picture on their banner on all social media.
Yeah.
Oh.
Somebody got like an awful Canon, you know, and somebody actually got a sniff of it and told it to the actual photographer, and there was a whole big battle, and they didn't want to admit it first, but it was like 1-to-1 the picture that he made, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even taken picture, wasn't even by Canon, like he used a different camera, so why did they even use that to begin with? But yeah, even such big companies that have probably tons of stock photography are still stealing stuff. So you never know. It happens
a lot.
Yeah, you're so right by protecting it, especially when it goes to the art pieces, you know, because it takes a long time to make them and they're so unique.
Like in Montreal the other year, there was a hair salon. They put up a big picture. They got somebody they hired to do. And just happened, somebody took a picture in front of it. They were visiting from maybe Sweden or somewhere, I forget. Shared it on their Facebook site, got around, and ended up the artist who originally took the picture and the model into it were both from the same country, seen it, proceeded law. And, you know, so you can get caught. Never think you're safe with doing copyright because you never know.
It's not right. I don't absolutely never right to do. It's so upsetting to hear about that. And it's very hard now with the internet. Like, how do you even market it? It's not like you have like people coming to physically to come see your piece.
Yep.
So
if your video or pictures properly tagged, you can go do a search or you can track down if they've used 2 pixels of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I had a friend who had her piece commissioned though by a guy who was on Teen Wolf, and he not only didn't give her credit, he put it on Instagram, altered it, and kind of cropped it to take out her signature.
Oh, that I love. That I love.
Oh
That's not low or anything.
And it got something like 1,000 hits, and it's like, and so she's a very humble girl. She's amazing, not really cartoonist, but illustrationist of like life drawing. And she just wrote this whole spiel, like, if you're commissioning art, don't do this, don't do that. And I just got so upset. I went straight to his profile and I commented, like, how dare you do this? This is unbelievably disrespectful, like, to the artist, to the whole entire community. You as an actor should know this and respect your fellow artists. And she messaged me. She goes, Seraphina, take down that comment. I will take care of it. I go, by all means. But I just think that's so wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's stealing. It's plain, especially to go and crop and take away on top of it the watermark and everything. That's the low of the low.
It is. It is. I can't fathom. Why would you do that? You're kind of just the scum of the artist world. That's another thing. The Banksy. Have you heard of the Banksy exhibit going on in Toronto right now?
No.
No.
So right now it's being curated by this man. I'm gonna look it up. Banksy Exhibition Toronto. So the curator right now is, so sorry, I'm trying to
No problem.
see what the thing is about, or anyway, I can't find who curated it. But as you know, Banksy is a street artist who has no real claim to his or her work, but it is still just for the people, by a person, of the people. And it's incredibly innovative and inspirational for directing to attention to social issues. And it's free. It's supposed to be free. And this guy just came, placed it all in like an exhibit area, and is costing people $40 to see it, with no intention to donate this to charities, which is like probably what he wants, but just to profit from this guy's work, who has kind of just wanted it for the people.
Right.
I just think that's wrong, and I think that's a very
It's wrong. It should be illegal, really.
It's taking the spirit out of what it was meant for. Like,
yeah,
exactly.
But is it like transparent that that's his like? How is he presenting it? Like,
he's presenting it as Banksy's, but it's still not in the spirit of Banksy.
Yeah,
that makes
sense. It's not with it. Wow.
Nicholas is asking something here. He says, what do you think of this? Occasionally I've used a photograph from a company's product who's getting free advertising by me reviewing it on YouTube. I think that's bad. That's a gray area, but I'd lean less towards bad, because usually those product ones, they do open them and they're opened. Usually you should credit it, though, in the description or somewhere where it came from.
You should definitely credit it. If you're reviewing it, actually in business law, that's what's allowed. If you're being truthful in your review, that is allowed in Canadian law.
But you should credit it. Like if you've seen in our Cheers video, the two guys that we collaborated with, they did like a draw on top of the picture, but Andrew still put the credit to the original image as well, because you're still using it. So
like we showed the image because we showed the artist. It's like, thanks to Audrey Studios, his picture. Then beside it is the picture that he drew on top of.
Yeah.
And we wrote original is the original
CBC production.
A CBS for company incorporated.
So no matter what you're using, even if you do it from their website, like, I don't know, Sony or whatever, you just still write
if you notice a lot to Nicholas with tech reviews and stuff like that, they pretty much always show it within the web page and then credit the web page, so that way you cover all your bases.
Yeah.
And it can be a web page from anybody. It can be from not the original manufacturer, because you can say like Linus Tech Tips, they'll say originally on tomshardware.com or wherever.
Yeah,
and you're
but the thing is also, there's so much available, and that's what I wanted to say earlier too, that there's so much stuff available for free that is legit. Like there's so many websites, but you actually got to double check too before you do that. But credible website that where people, like photographers, for example, are giving their own work for free, and you can use it wherever you want. And it's not just public domain pictures that are available, but under Creative Commons license, if it is under CC. You can either credit it or even without credit some of them. There are multiple websites, and you can find even brand pictures there and amazing pictures like art, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's not necessary to steal somebody's work. You can probably find something that you need for free if that's what you're looking for, you know.
I believe one photo obtained from so and so and the original ownership have been on the website or the companies. No, that's fine. That's absolutely to cover your bases. Just ensure that no one's coming in with a giant company and trying to sue your ass.
Like you've heard Nicholas, me when I worked for that music company, we were Marshall amplifiers and stuff. We were the Canadian company. We worked with Epitome Pictures. We used to work with Degrassi and all them, and do product placement. I mean, even for them to show a logo of Marshall, and that was a big show, Degrassi. I mean, it was stateswide as well as Canada, 40 million viewership. They still needed full permission from us. We had to do documents, everything, just allowing them to have that on. Any movie, any review like that had to go through us. And some companies are tighter than others. That's the whole problem. Most won't even care. But there's always that one that's a stickler, and you're going to get an email from them.
Well, it's how you show it too. They want to ensure that it's always positive review.
Exactly.
It's not going to be like Subway's going to be like, yeah, for sure, and then they're like, oh, this is shit. And it's like,
if you put something negative, make sure make damn sure what you're saying is correct.
Yes, absolutely. If you're saying negative stuff, it's totally fine if you found it truthful. Again, it's all about opinion. But if you say what is true, if you're just saying crap to...
that's slander, and that's lawsuits.
and then you get this packed on with a whole bunch of charges that you don't even need.
It will be a nightmare, and you won't be set up for it with the amount of lawyers they have.
Oh, yeah.
It'll make it very hard for you, and it won't be fair.
Especially in States.
That was our video we did from Cheers. That's one of the pictures where the guy drew our pictures into the original Cheers theme.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And then at the end, we put the credit. No, that's the other one. See, so there we wrote original print CBS Corporation right into it. So.
That's perfect. That's absolutely how you should do it. Even like a little spiel, like usually people get asked, like, do you want to say anything about your work, like your artist statement included? Because that's a big part of it.
Of course, definitely. You know, it's a plus for you. It makes you look more legitimate. People find it's better to be upfront with everything right from the get-go.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Because it's not fun when a tables turn. We had that Tony and Chelsea, that big photo. There's this big YouTube channel. They do photography and everything, and they also did stock photos. And they took one of their stock photos and used it for a case for an iPhone.
Yes, in Australia.
But without ever asking them, and put their face blatantly right on the front. So yes, they got it from stock photography, but they also knew who it was. So right away, it made it look like they were not only on it, but endorsing it.
Yeah.
They used it the wrong way because it wasn't really like for without credit, and they used it for their own book, and that's what saved them at the end. Because they could claim the losses because they used the same book, the same pictures they used for their own book. They could claim the losses, and therefore
that one wasn't a stock. That's why that time.
Yeah. But because it was in Australia, it was different kind of laws. That's why I said about states. The states would be the worst. Yeah, so it took them a good year, like to get any kind of like profit money wise, and they wasn't really doing it for that, just for the point of not using their picture, so to say. But it was legit. It wasn't even like a counterfeit iPhone case. It was actual official Apple, case.
Yeah, no, it's not right at all. And that's again another controversy that I find is Louis Vuitton is right now using classical art pieces, so like Botticelli's Birth of Venus, the Mona Lisa on their Vermeer paintings on the canvas of their purses, of their luggages, and I personally don't think that's right. They have ownership. Like, I know it's a classical painting and everyone knows of it because it's so famous, but it's just, I still don't think, like,
Poor taste.
Be something protecting other people from using that.
Yeah, especially for a corporation to milk off of it like that. I agree with you. But that's the way they tend to do business a lot of times. Unfortunately, it's not right, but they just have the power to get through it. Because even if they have a scandal in the end, by the time it's done,
It's
They
appeal,
make so much-
appeal until they have a slap on the wrist and it's nothing. That's what McDonald's did.
Yeah, it was like the old tabloids years ago. People used to say, "Oh, how can they do this when they're getting sued every week?" Well, yeah, they got sued for $600,000 and they made $5.5 million.
Yeah, exactly. It's
part of their budget. It literally was part of their budget. They had a lawsuit area. You know, they would guesstimate each week based on the star that was involved. They were still making a ton of money, so they didn't care.
Yeah,
absolutely. I like. It's kind of depressing when I was going through my business degree because you're learning about consumerism. You're learning about all these loopholes that big corporations are getting through while the middle guy and the lower guy are struggling for all they can, and it's really depressing. I gotta say, I don't want to be that sort of business person, so I'm gonna try and be in the middle ground of art curating and art buying if I don't reach my acting level. But
that's a good place to be, though. That sounds interesting. Because it is like corporate is not. It's a very empty part of the world like that. If you're the right person for it, it's very fulfilling. But you gotta have that certain qualities. That's a go-getter. You want to just always be winning. It's almost like a slot jockey that needs a lifetime career. You go into corporate field, you know.
Absolutely, you have to kind of be a weasel too. It's like your moral compass has to be very flexible.
Well, that's what I loved about the big music, the corporate, because we were the biggest private distributor in Canada. We were huge. We had 400,000 square feet, 150.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the biggest in Canada. Jam Industries. They do serious radio, blow punk. They have like hundreds and hundreds of lines, not just musical instruments.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we covered every gamut of business, iPod accessories, tons. I could go on, but it was fun because where I was in the established musical instruments, I got to work a lot with the endorsees, the like Slash and Paul Stanley, and I got to work with the music stores, who I truly love. So there was even though we were corporate, we were very liberal with the music side. And the music stores were just guys who never made as musicians and opened a store. Like half of them had no business experience. They were the nicest people that were so fun and genuine. And that was the greatest part of my job, was just dealing with them, because I do all the promotions and marketing.
Right.
And I love dealing with them because they just were good business guys, most of them, but they were just great guys. You know, they wore their heart on their sleeve and they were fun. They were passionate about it.
Absolutely.
We had a guy, Vic Lillo, in Edmonton. He was about 70 years old and he had a bow tie. And he used to call him on the phone. He had this music starting to be, hey there, who there? Today's the day for sale today. And he talked, and I loved him. He was like the old vacuum cleaner salesman. And people would bitch him, and I'm like, how could you not enjoy this man? Like, this is a character. Like, I want to just spend all my time with him.
That genuineness is so rare. I absolutely would be his best friend for life.
Yes, exactly. Well, you would go in and you'd say, now, do you have a little puppy or a kitty cat at home? And you'd say, you know, I have a dog, and what's his name? Barker, and what's his birthday? And he'd write in this old black book. It was about that thick. And every year he would send your pet a birthday card in the mail. Like, everything was just quirky. There was nothing that wasn't quirky with this guy.
Oh my God, can you please, is he still around? Do you know him? Can I get his number? I'm serious. This is like the people from my mom's hometown. She's just like so oblivious to people scamming her and not being true and not being grounded. And it's just like, no, that guy was scamming you. And she goes, no.
Yeah.
So sweet. And then now she's learning the more charming people are in the city, it's like, nope.
But getting her guard up a little.
Yeah, no, but you go back to her hometown and they're all like that. They're all so genuine and they're all so sweet. And it's refreshing to see people like that. Honestly, it's rare, and I really appreciate people like that.
Yeah, I grew up in the Gaspésie. Like, I grew up in a town of 280 people.
Oh, wow.
Well, there was a town by it of 3,000, a pulp and paper town, but yeah, it was small. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of those people. The kicker, he had a small store. He doubled in size. So he was about 35 feet wide. And our sales rep did that area, but also did Western Ontario. And he kept telling our sales rep, you got to see what I did. You got to see what I did. Finally, my poor sales rep goes out. He goes, okay, I'm coming, Vic. Get ready. I'm going to be there. He gets off the plane at Edmonton Airport. You know those little planes where just the door comes down and you walk off? It's about 7 in the morning. And our sales rep was a very shy man, mid-40s, kind of punchy. He puts his foot on the ground. He hears a loud whistle. Vic Lill had showed up with the local school marching band to greet him. Met him at the plane, marched them the whole way across the tarmac, through the airport to the car, and Paul said I wanted to die. Like, I was never so embarrassed in my... And he's walking with a briefcase like this to cover his face. Everybody thinks like Trump, you know, like when the dignitaries have just entered Edmonton, everybody's looking around, they're getting cameras out in case it's somebody famous, they don't know who it is. And he showed up at the school marching band. Oh my
God, I would have loved that. Oh my God, I wish I could have seen that. That's adorable.
Yeah, he was amazing. I hope he's still alive. If you're out there, Vic, I love you with all my heart.
Vic, anybody who knows this man, we need his contact information now. I'm serious. What was his last name again?
Lilo.
Vic Lillo. Everyone, spam this out. Make a gift for God. We need to find this man. Send snail mail to everyone in the phone books because I doubt he knows how to use electronics.
Yeah, no, don't mess him up with the technical stuff. Yeah, he was so.
Absolutely, I'm gonna try and find this guy because he sounds like an absolute. Oh,
he was a gem. And that made the job so worthwhile just in dealing with people like that, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Dealing with business people is like dealing with
them guys made it. We had a store in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia that was a used car dealership, funeral home, and music store all into one.
Oh wow, that's quite a bit.
Great combination.
Imagine answering the phone and being the receptionist at that place.
Oh my God, that's a mouthful.
Oh my goodness! Like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Welcome. I wouldn't even try to say that. I would just be like, so you want me to say this paragraph when every time someone calls? I would like, welcome, please hold. Welcome, please hold. Welcome, please hold. Hang up. Problem solved.
Pearl drums on sale, caskets on sale, Chevy's on sale, everything's on sale.
Get a casket.
That's all you need.
Be cremated in a drum. Special this week.
I've always wanted drum sets. That's one of the instruments I don't play. And I wasn't allowed to because my sister told my mom, I will literally murder her if you get her drums. I was very introverted. And she hates loud noises.
Oh.
She was 7 when she said this. Like, my sister is hilarious when she doesn't mean to. When I was born, she literally saw me with my mom holding me. Like, within the first minute, she goes, aw, she's cute. Now give her back to her real mommy. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too.
Feel sweet.
Very sweet. So sentimental. Oh my God. No, but she literally like stared. She had these big, big eyes and she looks kind of Russian. Like, we used to look alike, but she has these big, big kind of demon eyes. And she's like, Mom, if you give her drums, I will murder her. And it was something out of a horror movie. Like my mom's like,
oh,
you can't get her drums. It was just, oh my gosh.
I was a drummer and we had no basement, so I used to practice on top of my bedroom, which was just off in the kitchen. My father never lost so much weight in his entire life as when I played drums.
That's amazing. I should have done that.
Yeah, that's right.
Dad, you're on a diet. Every time he comes into the kitchen, I'm just there. Dad, you want something? Okay, I'll play louder.
Yeah, that's right. See, I helped him. He's healthy at 74. I think I had a part in that with my drums.
That's true.
Absolutely. You take all the credit, man. Take it all. Take it all. Drum roll for you.
Make it into until my kids do it to me.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until you have to deal with it.
Oh, that's great.
You want to share it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
It's
send it
on
over
Twitter.
to me.
It's on Twitter.
It's on Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's
I wanted to ask about your art. Like, are you planning to do an exhibition or something like that with all of your art pieces, or what is your plan for the future with that?
Well, I just I have my honors specialization degree to finish next year for art and art history. And through that, maybe I'll do another thesis class. But as you know, my mother has claimed literally everything. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue getting them out of the house because she will be there grasping it. Chris, what did you do?
I took a photo.
They better look good in it.
You look like that. You can see it.
I look like a blob.
No, you
No.
don't. My goodness.
Not at all.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh,
You have to get my good side. My good side's my right side.
Oh, is it?
Yes, you know this.
I like both sides.
now you need another picture, Chris. You need another. Turn her around and do another picture.
Turn her around. Okay. That's my better side is my back side. It's okay.
I like both your sides. I think they're both good.
Oh, you
Not
guys
get out of this. You owe me a very big piece of jewelry, preferably real diamonds.
Sorry, Chris.
You would have found out eventually. It's okay.
Better now than later. I'm on camera, so I have to act human and nice and lawful.
We have infamous Jay here says that you're always so lovely and silly.
I try. I love Jay. He's so sweet. He's a nurse, I believe, and he works very, very hard. He was talking about his working hours, and it's just insane. Like, my mother talks about her nursing time, and it's half the hours they have to use now. They are working now.
Huh.
And the demand for nurses are the highest. They get harassed the most in hospitals, and I just have such a respect for them.
Always on the front line. I mean, it's not an easy job.
Yeah, we lately had an in Montreal, especially, and probably you have heard it too. There has been numerous cases of suicide for nurses.
Yeah,
that they
it's on the
actually,
rise.
yeah, it's on, and they actually put a shout out, like the Nurse Association, to take care of the mental health of nurses, because it has been happening more and more often this year, especially as well because of the overtime and awful treatment.
It's not an easy
Absolutely.
job.
Work hours, so it's hard.
Oh, absolutely. And like, I can't imagine. Like, I had the Canada Day where it was the Canada, what was it, 100 or something?
150, yeah.
Yeah, so during that I had appendicitis, had to go for emergency surgery, and my nurse Bruce was the most just I had the best time with him, and I felt so bad that he had to deal with me on morphine. Like, you think I'm insane now, just wait until I'm drugged up. And it was just like me going, Bruce. Hey.
Well, you're not doing bad for putting up with it, because Phil Cochran just wrote we need to have Seraphina on again, part 2.
Anytime, you guys, anytime. But we had to send a wonderful basket for the nurses at the Georgian Bay Hospital. Shout out to them. You guys were absolutely amazing for dealing with me and all my endeavors. I was in that hospital, like in Toronto, they kick you out right away. They let me in hospital because I was in so much pain for 5 days, as long as I needed, because I was just not reacting well. I had an allergic reaction to the bandages. I had other issues just personally on top of the appendicitis and the surgery. So they were absolutely the best help. My entire surgical team was women, and that was a really cool experience, gotta say. They did an amazing job. I have tiny scars, but like amazing. Nothing went wrong.
Wow.
It was wonderful. They were so accommodating, and it wasn't crowded. They didn't kick you out. They were so nice, morning, noon, night, whenever you needed them. Amazing. Like, I am so appreciative of them. Like, when I had my knee surgery, which was kind of even bigger, they kicked me out the day of my surgery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, they just gave me my medication, T3s, opioids, like, just to keep down the pain. They sent me home, and I had to go drive from downtown Toronto to my house, which was half an hour, bumpy with construction, while I was basically passing out every 10 minutes from the pain.
Jeez.
That was horrifying. But yeah, no, Georgian Bay Hospital, you will always get my donations from now on.
That's nice. It's nice to call out when somebody does something like, because so many times we hear the negative side, And you know, it's nice to hear when something good is done like that. So.
Oh yeah, but funny story. So while I was with morphine, apparently every nurse that came in, I told them how pretty and how much of a movie star they look like. And my mom had to stop me. She's just like, okay, enough. You're basically coming on to her. And I'm like, but Mom, she's gorgeous. I was so out of it. Oh, the best part is I had to go renew my health card. So I was still hopped up on morphine from the hospital, and I took my health card picture.
That must have been fun.
I literally look like that. I'm like, I'm just like, hello.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Oh my God. I always call that one out for bars too. And they're just like,
I hope you kept the picture.
oh, I do. I have it. I'll send that to you as well if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Anytime. I'll just crop out like everything, just the picture. And I'll have my driver's license next to it to like show you how serious I am. It's just, you see it. It's like, that's a fun thing. It's like, tell me which one I look high in.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's amazing. I would love to see the picture.
Absolutely. You guys are getting all my pictures basically.
I could just see the perma smile going. We had our daughter, our youngest. We lived in Saskatchewan when she was born, and we didn't have any health care coverage because, long story short, Xenia and I met on a video game years ago. That's how we met. When she was in Latvia, I was in Montreal. We just stayed friends, and I was married previously, and then I went over, and she came over, and it was easier to immigrate into Saskatchewan because each province has their own. Quebec was really hard, the hardest of them all, because
they didn't care that I have masters. They didn't care about anything. They just
3 languages. They just wanted to speak French. You could rob banks for a living in Chile as long as you spoke French. They would have been ahead of the list of her.
So I had to move to Saskatchewan.
So I was driving. You had to move there, but it was all right. We were driving truck. It was really good money, but then we didn't have any health insurance. We were on Blue Cross, and Xenia was pregnant. And when it came time, no doctor wanted us because they were scared they wouldn't get paid. So we had to go to Estevan, which is about 15 kilometers from the U.S. border, North Dakota, because it was the cheapest hospital at $2,300 a day. If we had went to Regina, it was going to be $3,600 a day.
Right.
And she spent 4 days in labor in a hotel in Estevan.
Wow. Holy.
We had no family there or anything. But at the very end, we met a doctor, this renegade, and she waived all fees. She took care of Xenia, and she actually stayed at the hotel for 4 days in case anything happened to her. So she would be downstairs doing paperwork, running up, and Xenia was still in labor. And we had people. We were only there a year. We didn't know anybody. We didn't have any family there. We didn't have anything, and they treated us better than life itself. And one night she had a back pain, and the janitor ran home at 2 a.m. to get a hot water bottle like 20 minutes away.
That's invaluable. Like people like that just.
Oh, it was on. They became our family, and then when we were leaving that morning, because she was finally said it's 5 days, we're gonna go. She shoots into full labor. They have no wheelchair. Now we got to get her to the Days Inn hotel, and they had nothing else. So the woman at the front desk gave us her rolling chair to put her in. So we got her wrapped up. I'm pushing her in an office chair. All the women are crying that work there and bawling because they're so excited because they got to know me over the days, but they hadn't seen her. And they're all crying and excited, and I'm rolling her out. We got her out. The doctor jumped in the back seat out of the hospital, and 10 minutes later, she gave birth to Audrey.
Yeah, it was like a movie, and we call it a Christmas story because our daughter was born like a couple of weeks before Christmas, and it was like winter outside.
No room at the inn, the government thing. There was a lot of similarities. And
yeah, absolutely. That's a miracle, honestly. Congratulations, and that's a great story.
It is. Yeah, it is. We even went back to the Days Inn after and got pictures taken of our daughter with all the women that were there. And when I went out that morning while she was being born, I came back around noon to get clothes. Mm-hmm. And the woman that managed the place gave 2 of the women $500, sent them out to buy all new things to make sure we had everything, pre-washed them all. We had toys, we had blankets, we had clothes.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was because her first night she slept in the hotel because it was $2,300 for the day, but it ended on a calendar night, not 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have had to pay another $2,300 for them to stay the night and be discharged at 7 the next morning.
Jesus Nice.
So her first night, Audrey's first night, was in a king size bed in the Days Inn hotel with us.
That's amazing. They should market that for the hotel. It's like talking about such great service, such great.
Oh, they're so modest. You know, it's that Midwest Bible Belt. Like, they were so modest about the whole thing, and they didn't want to play it up. They didn't want to do anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're so humble usually.
Yeah.
Please let us do something for you. I bet you go to your daughter and you're like, you caused us a lot of trouble. Just want to let you know you kind of owe us a lot.
We were paying the bill still when we were here in Montreal. Remember?
Yeah,
the
we're
bills
still
were coming in.
Yeah, still paying them off.
Yeah. No,
but as full disclosure, I worked for an oil, the trucking. We were hauling oil and that. And there was a woman that managed the company. Her father used to own it, and he passed away. She took it over. And then it got bought out, but she was still managing it. And when it was, she called every night. Her daughter was having a volleyball tournament. And every night she called once, twice a night, make sure he had everything. Like she said, at one point they're going to need a C-section. It was going to cost $8,000 to $10,000. She said, it's paid. Don't even worry about it. Paid. Get it done. She goes, nothing is going to happen to this baby. And she said, I'm telling you, do not skimp what they need to do. So it was all done. And my oldest son was living back here in Gaspé.
Right.
And God love her.
We didn't take any money during.
No, I didn't want to. And I said nothing. And she sat down. She said, I want to know the bills. Like, and she said, I'm not joking. And she made me write out everything. And she cut a check on the spot, paid everything we cost us from day one. But then she said, your son is back out east. And I'm like, yes. And she says, you got to be with him for the first Christmas that you had your daughter. And I said, I can't. You know, everything that just happened and went on. And I don't have vacation time. I used it up.
Yeah.
She said, first of all, you're going to have the vacation time. I'm giving it to you right now. So that's done. And she wrote us, she didn't write us a check. She signed over her Christmas bonus that paid for all of our flights to go home for Christmas to see my son so we could all be together.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was the most amazing thing that somebody has ever done. Like, it would be even one thing to write the check and say, here's the money. But to just sign over a Christmas bonus, like, and she said, if it doesn't cover it, tell me if there's any problems. And the time, usually they're fighting there for time off.
Oh yeah.
Give us the whole block.
Yeah, we still have a slip of it in Audrey's baby book.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so adorable. But holy crap.
Yeah.
That's insane. Just that actually gives me some hope for humanity.
That's exactly what it did. When it was down and out, and I thought finally we hit the place where there's no hope and had nobody around.
Yeah, because we got rejected by a couple doctors that didn't want to do prenatal care because of the insurance and me not being permanent resident yet. They actually threw us out, so to say, out of the clinic, and I felt like lower than any
even though we would pay.
Probably
we said we would pay.
Yeah,
but no.
So there was 9 months of that when actually it felt lowest and low because of nothing really, and this really regained the hope, as you said, into humanity, like the whole story around Audrey's birth and people coming together finally. That definitely made it a little much better, so to say, after dealing with it for months.
Yeah, it was an amazing story, amazing people.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy you had that experience and that love shown to you by somewhat complete strangers. That is amazing. And I hope everybody who has that loss of humanity gets that kind of experience. If they think they're in the low of the low, it's just like,
it wasn't the money, it was the point that somebody gave a damn when you felt nobody gave a damn. Way more than the money.
That's no, it's all about the action of just wanting to be there for you and having that I'm going to be here to support you when you don't really have the resources to do so. That is what it's all about. And honestly, like with mental health, I try to do that with some friends who they don't have the desired resources and they need someone to talk to. I try, but sometimes it doesn't work out. But again, it's that sharing, and I encourage everyone to do that if they can. Like, by all means, don't give everybody on the street money, but if you see someone really in need, buy them food, buy them a meal. Like, I don't see a problem with that. Again, this was just so grand. I'm just dumbfounded by this. This is amazing. I am so happy you guys got to experience that and you got to share this with your daughter and have her there because of this woman who just was so selfless.
Especially after being told for months, literally, that Xenia had a tumor in her stomach instead of a child. That's what they made us sound like.
I
Our
was
daughter
ready to give birth.
Our daughter
home.
didn't even matter. Like they literally told us pretty much your daughter is just a tumor in your wife's stomach until she's born. Like that's pretty much.
Yeah, and they don't have any midwives in Saskatchewan. It's not legal. So I was ready to do it at home. I'm like, I don't care. I had one already. You know,
Like,
I can do this.
I mean, I don't think like a baby is born at contraception, but like after a few weeks, like it does develop into something.
Well, exactly. I mean, it hears everything. Its heart beats. I don't know, and it just was so weird and you know,
cold. It was very cold because there was no health. Then the moment our daughter was born, she was a Canadian citizen. She was open to all health care there was.
Perfect. But like.
Then.
It's all about profit. Again, going back to the whole business. When it's all about profit, it's so cold. It's inhumane to do. It's why can't you just help? Like by all means, if it's irresponsible, like there needs to be drawn a line. But in your case, I couldn't imagine how. Like this was 7 years ago too. It's not even that long ago.
No, and I mean she was being born by a Canadian father in Canada. But yet there was some Tamil refugees that were coming in illegally by boat that came into BC that time.
Mm-hmm.
And they all had full health care coverage. They had 8 were pregnant on the boat and they were fully covered.
Yeah, nothing against them, but it's just made more
it's the hypocrisy there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing it through the right channels. I'm a Canadian already, you know, like and we're getting the shaft basically.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's a lot about the welfare and the government. I'm not gonna go into, but I don't agree with everything. But yeah, like by all means, if you're having 12 children and you can't support yourself, and then you're popping out another one, it's like really you should have thought about that.
Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't your case at all. That was absolutely not your case. And like, do you mind if I ask? Like, you guys were married at that time?
We were common law.
Yeah.
Okay, then that absolutely should have applied.
I have been in Canada for a year and a half before I got pregnant. So I have lived before already.
It was weird. It was a weird setup. You know, it really felt like the shaft.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that for 9 months.
And we didn't mention it because we don't want to cause any trouble. I guess we can say apart because they don't know him or her. I should say whichever one it was. They were worried at one point they wanted to get a checkup, and they did the night shift, made curtains around, and put another hospital bed in behind where nobody could see it and set up with all the monitoring equipment.
Right.
The day shift left. We got in by the punch code that the doctor gave us. We were able to go upstairs where they snuck us inside, put her behind the curtain, and kept her there for 12 hours to monitor her to make sure everything's okay. But we had to be out by 7.
Like you could write a movie on all the detailed stuff that happened during those 4 days there. It was crazy.
It's like Mission Impossible, baby's cat.
Yeah.
It was. She's standing there pregnant like this. I'm sitting there. What's the number again? 2222. We're sneaking up the stairwell, go in behind the curtain like that. Couldn't go to the bathroom.
Over.
Couldn't do anything.
Like pushing you in the wheelchair, like slowly going do 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 do. You're like, honey, shush. He's like, okay. I would do that. I would totally do that.
We should hire Chris and Seraphina to do a short film.
Yes, exactly. A reenactment.
Like their version of this in a short film.
Chris is gonna be the pregnant one in this movie. Okay. I'm not ready for that, so that's not. I'm not comfortable playing that.
There you go. The storyline for your next film, guys.
We're gonna play her in the movie version about their pregnancy and all the.
I can do it. That's a role I was born to do.
Yep. Absolutely. Chris, talk about our next movie. It's gonna be like that one where they make the movie to sneak people out of this like country where they're being held hostage. Which one is that called? Oh, never mind. It's just kind of where it's at.
I wasn't listening.
It's okay. But yeah, no, definitely about it. And I'll absolutely do that. That's so funny.
I'm sorry.
Who's the father?
Who is the mother?
It
was like, who is the mother?
I just now have to start smoking and grow a beard and get glasses. I can do that.
Was it the Schwarzenegger movie when they got
yeah, Mr. Mom.
Yeah.
Am I inside now?
Yeah, you're inside.
Hello.
There he is. How are you?
I'm in frame.
It's a question that he commonly asks.
What's the what? Sorry, I was doing my own thing. Hi.
Well, between selfies,
pregnant.
and, I love that picture, and being pregnant.
It's okay. We're very proud of him.
I'm very proud of me too.
You're wearing it well.
Oh my God, where are you going?
It's okay. I can do this.
Okay, I thought you were just gonna like see up.
Yeah, I see that. For God's sakes, think of the baby, Chris. Don't rock like that.
Yes, you got to think.
It's like a roller coaster for the baby. It's gonna be used to it already.
Question: so it's
Answer.
good for the baby if I take a baseball bat and like tenderize his stomach.
Yes, that's what I usually recommend. Health Canada has a pamphlet about that one.
The baby will come out nice and tenderized. That's how that works, right? Nice and soft, squishy.
Good and smart. They're smart babies by hitting them. What?
You should have gotten a pillow and put in your shirt.
Oh, I mean, I can still do.
Go!
Actually, I'm sitting on a pillow. I don't even have to.
Oh,
I don't have to
I
move.
have a second pillow. We can have twins!
Mm. Thanks.
Since he's the one popping them, it's a good idea. No.
I've never seen him so large.
You were, God almighty.
Guys, we're having food babies.
So, folks, tomorrow night when you join us and I talk about my nightmare I had last night, here's a visual of what was I was talking about.
I don't see
You're
this.
welcome. Absolutely, I'll take responsibility for that.
That's too funny.
I give my mother a lot of nightmares, so I'm used to it. It's okay.
I know Nicholas is really enjoying this.
Yes.
I have fun when I can. What are you guys talking about? I don't know. I've been doing my own thing.
That voice just kind of hit me right here, and I'm like, whoa. Okay.
She's good at that one. And the more tired she gets, the more she gets that voice. And I jump right into my
Mark
skin.
Simpson.
Yeah.
When we first met, of course, I was always on my best behavior and stuff like that. Now it's, I know, it's been a while, eh?
Whatever goes.
It's been a while. She died. It's been a while. It's been that long.
Well, to be fair for your case, you didn't quite talk so much about dick pics, so we gotta.
Yeah, I can
That is not true. I've sent you a lot of the ones I've received.
Well, you sent me the ones that you have, yeah, but I've never been the receiver. No one's ever been like, oh yeah, Chris.
Now everybody send dick pics to Chris, please.
I will give you his email. I think it's a great opportunity to show off what you got in those pants.
I'm gonna be honest with you, if
Eggplants!
anyone in this stream does it, I get a joke, it's fine, but I think it's just one of those things. It's everyone that happens to me.
So what you're saying is you're sort of kind of okay with it,
I mean, if it's an inside joke, then yeah.
guys.
If it's a joke. Only if it's joking.
So we'll be expecting all of your wieners and willies.
Bottle caps, you're right on time. You
Yeah.
gotta quickly send a picture of an
Bottle
eggplant to Chris.
Who wants your dick? Who wants your dick?
I want
Okay.
no such thing. All I want is peace on earth, good chicken nuggets, and my baby to turn out the way Jesus would want him. Okay?
I just put out, guys, we have hashtag dick pics. So
Oh my goodness, just don't tag our Twitter in it.
Guys, you will soon be welcomed into my world, and I'm so not sorry. You kind of did that to yourself.
we're right in our element.
Oh,
Couldn't be more comfortable right now.
Oh my god, my cheeks hurt for smiling and laughing. Can you not? Oh my god. I am so sorry.
I'm enjoying every minute of this.
it's fun how we started on dick pics and then we went back on them again at the end.
Yeah, I'm very good at doing. I like reoccurring themes.
Bringing it all the way back around.
Bringing it back around,
Finishing words.
which is what is a reach around. Okay, that was
Part of the reach around. That's right.
I'm out.
Hey, the stream is now about Paper Free Chris. No, wait, I lied. I'm Seraphina Pro. Hello. How is I am an esteemed model and actress, Seraphina Pro.
I'm Paper Free Chris.
I receive wiener images on the reg. I make videos about
I have a model girlfriend, and I just think I'm amazing. And oh my God, send me dick pics.
I think I'm okay. Liar.
Oh my God, you guys are amazing.
I have not trimmed my beard in ages, but I think my girlfriend likes the meal that you can smell in my beard from last week.
I love you guys because I know when the cameras go off, it's always the same thing. This is as genuine as it gets tonight. I love it.
Oh, no, you know.
Pretty much. I mean, there's no other way it's gonna go.
We have fun with each other.
My dad. So
I won't ask why that isn't handy.
Yeah.
what the hell?
Oh my God.
She's getting her revenge right now.
Oh no.
I waxed him a little. But story is Seraphina in Greek actually means angel, and my father never lets me live that down because he goes, how ironic. Angel.
In Greek.
Yeah, my name is Greek, which is ironic since I'm Italian, Romanian, a little bit Spanish, Ukrainian, and British.
Oh
Hello. And my mom. Yeah, pretty much. Oh my. What the heck? I usually do this to you.
Yeah, I know. I think I've received more willies than wet willies than I've given. So I think it's.
Have you thought of being together on? Like,
Yes.
I know you have had some appearances, but there was a question, and I also thought about that before. Guys, have you thought about being together or making channel together or making videos more like together? Like,
No. I don't plan with staying with him for long. It's a short fling for 6 years. It's just it's bound to run out soon, so there's no point in going into that.
I mean, the long answer is because we have different schedules and have different ambitions and stuff. So at the moment, no, but maybe in the future, because you have to also go back to school and stuff, and I do a different kind of video than you sometimes do. So
very true.
Yeah.
I'm not digging for earwax. I'm digging for the wet willy saliva that he placed in there unwillingly, unsolicited harassment. Hello. It's okay. I'll harass him back.
I know you can just get me right back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But really, we did. In all seriousness, we did have a lot of comments about you, Seraphina, having like a comedy skit, or have you ever thought of doing a stand-up comedy?
Honestly, I have, because all I have to do is talk about my family, and my entire plan is right there.
Yeah, you talk a lot about this. You've actually, I think you're just on the cusp of actually doing a stand-up set. She keeps hyping herself up to like, I'm gonna do it, and she never finds the time to quite do it. So she's getting there. She'll do it.
Well, YouTube platform is so great for that too. You know.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It just people.
No one is boozed up.
Different people were coming in and out, and they all were kind of saying the same thing, that you have to, you own that microphone, and you just have to do stand up.
Yeah.
I want to. I do. I want to try it at least once. My nonna, again, going back to her, she is giving me all the things I need to talk about.
Family's always the best for that.
Oh my God. Since I was 12, she said by now in Roman times you would be married and having children. So I turned back to her and I said, by now you'd be dead in Roman times.
Oh, well, that's truthful.
It's on either side. And then there's the whole idea that she has been trying to marry off my best friend who I've known him for like since grade 1, to when she figured out I wasn't gonna marry him, she's been pimping him off, even though he's not part of my family, to every possible member.
She wants him in the family.
She wants him in the family. He's the star child of my family. Just ignores me.
She's okay with me.
I'm gonna ask you my question afterwards.
Where he's going in life, and I go, hopefully movies, and she goes, hopefully.
I'm going a direction. The wrong one, who knows?
But it's okay. And then my nonna has been trying to pimp everybody out to eligible bachelors, even me and my sister and my cousin who are taken. But she finds out these guys' medical histories within 10 minutes of meeting them. Like there was this one guy at the bank, and she gives me a check, and she goes, you go, this is his name. It's okay, he only has eczema, but I told him a good doctor to get rid of it. He has no other problems. He comes from a good family, and they're also Italian. And so you go to this bank at this time during his work hour, and you take this check over so he knows you come from a good family, okay?
That's amazing.
Oh my
God.
You guys got to do skits together. I really do.
I should bring my nonna on. I just let her talk.
Yes.
I was 8, and this kid behind her house had a swimming pool, and she goes, go, Kella, go. I mean, go, and like, just go to my cousin and go tell her to just meet him and get all the other cousins to play in their pool. So you become his girlfriend, and then we can go play in their pool.
I love Nana.
Figuring out she's like from Game of Thrones. She's figuring out where to best put the children.
Oh, absolutely.
So that you get the most reward for that, you know?
Absolutely. It's just like, my God.
Your life is like Game of Thrones.
My life is basically Game of Thrones, and my nonna is the head of Marjorie's family.
Oh, she's Orel Targaryen?
Yeah.
Or no, not Targaryen.
No, not Targaryen.
Tyrell.
Tyrell.
Yeah,
she's a Tyrell.
I don't remember her name, though.
Oh, there, Philip Cochran just said ABC just called family sitcom in the making.
You will learn all about my family. Trust me, it gets worse.
It's not Roseanne, it's Seraphina. Just don't say anything racist in the night, and you'll be fine.
And
I
since
cannot guarantee
you're an artist, you can draw them too. So.
Oh my God, I'm like, my nonna. She just says stuff. So half my family is Indian because my aunt is from India, and my cousin is adopted from Mongolia, and so we have this very diverse family. And my nonna, who is British and Italian and Ukrainian, tells my cousins who are half brown, don't tan, you get the ugly shade of brown.
Oh, jeez.
That is aggressive.
Like, nonna, she loves them. She loves them. She absolutely loves them, but she just tells them how they go the wrong shade of brown.
Oh my God, no, definitely. I think there is a cartoon in the making there as well, done by you and voiced over by you too. Oh my God.
Absolutely. I would love to do that, honestly.
Fireman CV, you missed a lot.
Yeah, I know.
A lot.
Yeah, just like roll back to the beginning of this, right where we talk about dick pics at the beginning.
That's where you want to start, and then you want to continue all the way through because we get back to that topic a couple times. Gotta say, it's just...
And Fireman, he's the right wingman to Green Bay Wacky, and he does all like the channel reviews and stuff. And I was gonna ask him to come on one of the tech talks. So tonight's a little looser than we usually do.
Yeah,
it's so good to have you here.
We are Adult Swim all the way through today.
Oh, good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. I honestly want to have, one of my goals is to have a Netflix special of my comedy stand-up.
Oh, that would be amazing. Oh my God, definitely.
I'll just talk about my art and how controversial I make it specifically for my family. My nonna, dealing with Chris, dealing with my best friend. What else?
So much, exactly. The naked people, the rising.
Oh yes, the motion, the study of motion.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it.
Wait,
Women don't have that. We don't have like erecting nipples that like slowly go. It's like
I don't know. I've seen some things that are anyways. I wouldn't say completely, but
Is either on or off.
there's a halfway point with a
Nowhere in
toggle
between.
switch. Those are called toggle switches when they're halfway.
oh my gosh, I need to hear about
Oh,
this.
you're right on time, I must tell you. Oh my God.
That's like here we have some friends come over and they're used to us, but then there's always they bring a new friend once in a while, and I love the
you
shocked
have to
face.
you have to warn people and just be like, hey, you gotta.
No,
This
I like seeing them.
rules on what we talk about. This is what we don't talk about, but that's a very short list. It's easy to remember, and anything goes, but everything stays here.
I live for one look, and it's this, and then I know I've done my
Our
job for the
oldest
night.
ones, I think he brings his friends sometimes just for the value of laugh or shock, like, you know, because he knows we're going to eventually talk about all this anyway.
It's just like my mom has a list for me when we're in the car, and she just goes, so we can talk about this with this and this and this people, but you know what? This ain't good. Don't talk about this. And just please be yourself, just dial it down. She's like, dial it like the way you're at 100, get to a 20.
Now it is what it is, the face value.
What I love about YouTube, I love people like you guys. It's just it is what it is. I can't.
Like I remember I have a friend, he came over here and he brought a new guy with him, and we're all having coffee, and I'm just that's just my humor. And I'm sitting here and Xenia goes to pour us coffee and she's just standing there, and I don't even think about it when I say it. Sometimes I just take my coffee and she's leaning over to pour his. And I just always I point to her crutch and say, oh, I've been there before. And like he's like mortified. He's like, it's like that. And that's just the other guy just is used to my humor. That's just something Andrew says. We move on and pretend like it never happened. And he was like,
Yeah,
for 20
I'm so
minutes.
used to that.
Yeah,
I'm not even flapping my hands anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Or or we get in an argument and she's out there and I'm like, don't point those things at me. That's just my type of comments I make during stuff. Like they're mortified by it like that. That to me, it's just another day on the job.
That would be like if you said something like that first time meeting you. I'd be like, my people. Where have you been all my life? Hey Joe, I've gotten Gal Gadot one time. I don't know why.
Audrey Hepburn, you got that one too.
Audrey Hepburn, thank you guys. That is such a compliment. Thank you. I'm thinking Amy Winehouse.
When I was
I love singing Amy. Like, that is amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I just don't do coke.
Oh my God.
I only do drugs when I get in trouble and I'm in the hospital and need them.
Oh.
Oh my God, we've covered everything tonight.
Yeah.
I would love to, like, I loved her accent. It's something weird. It's just captivating. And but anyway, thank you, Ajo. Hey.
Ajo is like, you know Ajo already?
No, I don't. Not officially, but I will definitely be checking out a lot of
He's from Toronto, amazing vlogger. He got into it. And,
right beside you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trana. Thank you, Anna. Love you too.
Oh.
I know Anna from previous times.
You guys have slid into each other's DMs, I see.
Oh yeah, we slid in real good.
Slid right in. Oh, I'm fully familiar with Anna. Oh, don't worry. We've slid into each other's DMs.
Okay, how much of sliding did you do?
I'm you. I'm you right now. I'm not me.
Is there anything I should
You
know
just
about?
you just talk like this. I'm Seraphina. Ooh, I talk like this.
Do we really have to go over this again?
Oh my God almighty.
There's going to be a lot of talking afterwards. It's going to be a long night, Chris.
We get sat down and be like, Chris, stick your wet finger in my ear while it's streamed.
Well, it's just like to the point where I've lost the will to live. That's when you need to know, like, maybe it's time. Like when I'm saying that, it's like, okay, maybe. Okay, we got do something.
You guys are absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so much for
You
coming on our show. I was so excited to have
Thank
you.
so much for having me, and this one unexplainably.
The last 20 minutes is fun.
I
Very humble, Chris. As always.
Yeah. It's always fun. You guys are fun. Good show. Good show.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. And anytime I have to send you my high health card photo, my finished artwork.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? I'll send you my mom in that hat for sure.
Yes. We gotta tell you. That was awesome. Thank you so much. And if we drive by Toronto, we definitely got to catch up in life.
Definitely, I think we killed him. So I think it's a good time to stop.
We might be up you guys' way this summer. We're
Yeah.
thinking about getting like you and Joe and them. Maybe we can get together or something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Let me win. Absolutely. I'll grab the one because we'll definitely be needing it.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to Toronto.
Sounds good. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Chris, for joining
yes.
us as well.
No
Much
worries, guys. Fun as
appreciated.
always. Fun as always.
Okay, you just tell me when to hang up because I have no idea what to do.
I'll take care of it
Yeah,
for
we
you.
gotta hang up.
Yeah. Oh, she can too. She
Oh,
can.
yeah?
Yeah, she can.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys, it's been a pleasure. Greetings from Toronto and
Toronto.
peace out. Stay wonderful.
Have a great night, guys. All the best. Bye now.
Bye.
Oh my. Well, that was. Oh my god! I didn't
Oh, my
realize
God.
the time. I was shocked when I
my
looked.
jaw is hurting.
Oh.
That was hilarious. Oh.
Hey, Joe, that was quick but fun. Been hearing that a lot lately.
Oh my god, yeah, it was funny.
Fireman, definitely we'll be in touch. And yeah, I would love that. Love to have you and Green Bay on together. That would be amazing. I'll get in touch with you on Twitter. I'll follow you right now because I'm sure I know you're kind of a stickler like us. You like having good web pages, so I'm sure it will not be hard to find your Twitter. Of course not. Right in the about section. I love it. So,
Yeah, I had so much fun and without booze.
oh yeah, we're following already. Excellent.
Thank you so much. My God, it's yeah, it was so much fun. My goodness. No problem. Thank you. We actually might.
Yeah.
We actually, that's probably the closest place we might actually go this summer.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So we'll hit you up, definitely.
That
My
was
God.
amazing. Oh my god, I'm gonna laugh so much.
Laugh, my
Wasn't
God,
expecting that for a Monday night. That was
no,
great.
definitely.
Well, guys, tomorrow night is our big run for supporting each other. We know we don't do it too often. We're gonna do it like last week. It's gonna be that giveaway, lottery style. Get to have your channel featured. Lots of supporters. We had 50 last week. We're hoping to get upwards of 80 this time. Tell all your friends. Great place to have your channel featured. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's a shout out game where
Yeah.
you get a screen time for your channel, free, and
That's right. We call it 2 letters. The first person to type in the 2 letters gets their channel featured for a couple of minutes, but there'll be tons of supporters in there. Supporters, subscribers, butterflies, whatever the hell you want to call it.
yeah, and we
It's
actually talk about your channel, and
Mhm.
if you have any questions about your YouTube optimization, we answer those too. If you don't, that's fine as well. We just like to talk about your channel and show other people how amazing you are. So that's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Definitely come by. It's going to be fun. Tell your friends if you can. That's gonna be awesome.
And Fireman, I will definitely be. Do we still have him here?
But
Oh, he just took off. Okay.
and Wednesday we're having Donna Shaw on.
Yes, that's right. Who's a good friend of Green Bay's.
Yeah. Thursday we're having Brad. What is with me and Breads and Brads? Bread Trucker.
Yeah.
And Friday we're gonna have Eagle VP. And Saturday, on our last day before vacation, we're going to have a podcast around talking about films and reality. How much of truth is in movies. He
Yeah.
actually has podcast about it. And we're going to have him on Saturday as our special dessert.
Here, I'm going to
for
share
the
for a
end.
second. Just for a second. So Wednesday is Donna, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's Donna. We should do this a little bit more there. So that's who's going to be on with us on Wednesday night. Donna Shaw. You've seen her already. She's got a big channel too.
She and her husband go through veterans like houses, communities, and they do performances, like they sing for them, and have been doing it for the last 10 years already, as a support to the veteran community.
And then Thursday is the Brad
Tracker. Hello, North American Trains.
Brad. I always mix up.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing.
You get the real name in there.
BREAD, like bread.
So it is Bread Trucker.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Hello, Susie. You're right on time for the end of our stream, talking about what is gonna be following this week. So Thursday we're gonna have Bread Trucker. He's the guy who is rebuilding a bread van into a living space and documenting it along. He's actually very smart and very interesting guy.
Yeah, and got a really dedicated following with him, so he'll probably bring lots of his people with him as well.
Yeah.
Big channel. Gets lots of great views. And Friday?
Eagle VP
right.
For Friday.
There we go. Eagle VP, I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. He had a really big live stream the other week. Likes to get controversial sometimes. Interesting. Drones, stuff like that. Really interesting. So
classical values and lots of interesting things there.
Yes.
And lots of like a good community as well behind him.
Mm-hmm. He's got a real strong following. I caught that one last week, the Eagle with the Drunken Pixie. That was a really good one. That was lots of laughs there. And yeah, he has his coffee time with the Eagle, which is good. And Saturday?
And Saturday we're going to have Based on a True Story. You can Google it. The podcast host. He also has a YouTube channel, but mostly is as a podcast. It's based on a true story. Basically talking about the different movies and how true they are to the story it was depicted towards. And its host is Dan Lafayette. No, it's a French last name. I can't pronounce it. Lafayette. He has great following on Twitter and in other places as well on social media. And as lots of other podcasters have recently started their YouTube channels as well. We had Juliette Miranda from Podcasters, and Hellos and Heathens are implementing their podcast into their YouTube as well. So we are having. Oh, you're not showing it. Okay.
Sorry, I was answering Fireman here. That's why.
Okay.
So that's why I went by. And yes, Fireman was the right one. We also have it in our About section, and we're gonna have a couple from you guys. As Donna, I don't know if you heard, Donna Shaw is gonna be our guest on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I think Eagle VP, because I know Wacky goes on there sometimes. So.
Well, guys, I just put the link in Based on a True Story podcast. It's their website.
Oh, you put it up?
Yeah, the link. Yeah.
I'll share it. Yeah, sorry about that. I got sidetracked. There we go.
Yeah, the guy has over 20,000 supporters on his Twitter and on other places on social media as well. As you can see, each episode dedicates to a movie, and they look through the facts or fiction. It's quite exciting, so especially if you are movie buff and history buff. It's a really interesting mix of the history and cinematography.
Really, really great. I hadn't seen their site yet. It's really cool. Actually.
Yeah, so he's going to be coming on and talking about that on Saturday. So if you have any questions about movies, you can ask. He's going to be more chatting about his life, of course, because that's what we're here for. But I'm sure he won't mind some questions about the movies as well. So that's on Saturday. That's our plan for this week. And after that, we're going on our vacation schedule, which means that we are going to be on, but not every day, and more or less scheduled than usually.
Yep.
Because of lack of internet. We're not going anywhere. We are going to be back on our full schedule after our vacation. So our season 2, we're going to call it season 2.
That's right. So then we'll get in touch with you guys, firemen. Like I say, we have that gap in between. We're on vacation. I'm sure you guys got some time too, but we'll work something out. Love to have you on.
Yeah.
I love your advice that you were giving for channels and stuff. I agree with a lot of what you said. I kind of feel the same way. So it's nice to have somebody on the same page. So I am looking forward to that. And I love Wacky's live stream. So he's always got a home here if he wants to drop by. So it'll be great.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really good. Tomorrow night, guys, 8 p.m., the big push. We're going to be shouting out. It's going to be lottery driven. First 2 letters gets to be put up. A couple minutes. It was a great turnout last week.
8 p.m. Eastern. Be on time.
Yep. We'll put out some promo stuff tomorrow morning, as we always do. And thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It was lovely to have you guys. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you in less than 24 hours.
That's true.
Get ready to play the lottery. It's going to be fun. I'm excited for it. Ever since last week, that was one of the funnest ones we've ever done.
Yeah, it was fun and people are loving it. I don't think we were expecting that.
No, it was our best turnout, and
you know, and it was fun for everybody. So bye and see you tomorrow.
Yep. Cheers, guys. Keep creating. Love yous all. Have a great night. Bye now.